relentless chase. Satisfied the male scream. Dark corners hold the blood soul dream. In the madness beneath the skies. Beneath the skies. Take us inside. Take us inside. Neon lights can't hide the shade. Every punch thrown feels the same. Blood and sand and a hollow sheer. WrestleMania dies right here. They sold the fight for a shiny crown. Jake and Cody break it down. Into somewhere we all go. We all go. We all go. Wrestling futures they all show. Jake and Cody wrong in the flow. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. First night, false fists in the sky. Second night, the legends collide. Into somewhere we crash and burn. Turn the page, no way to return. CM Punk and Gunther fight. Cody Rhodes, John Cena ignite. Broken foot, but the show rolls on. Jake's pain sings a quiet song. In somewhere we all fall. Wrestling rumors, wrestling brawls. Jake and Cody calling it raw. In somewhere breaking the wall. Eclipse a suplex, dreams and chair shot screams. Fans in the chat throw wild extremes. Jake's got crutches but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow. Titles raised and rivalries burned. Every twist, every turn. Jake and Cody bring the sound. From the ropes to the ground. Perth crowd roaring under southern stars. Bodies flying, steel chairs leave scars. TNA legends bout for glory clash. Crown jewel gold dreams turn to ash. Who wins, who falls, who stands tall? Every move we call it all. In the somewhere we break it down. Smack the truth, don't mess around. In the somewhere you feel the flame. Wrestling loud, ain't no tame game. Titles raised and rivalries burn. Every twist, every turn. Jake and Cody bring the sound. From the ropes to the ground. Go. Titles raised and rivalries burn. Every twist, every turn. Jake and Cody bring the sound. From the ropes to the ground.
Woo! What's going on, ladies and gents? Crown Jewel is in the bag, and we are here for the review bright and early once again. Jake, aka Countdown Ended, bringing you our Crown Jewel review. That's right, we're here live into somewhere. Hopefully you're all doing well. It is October 11th, 2025. Happy birthday, Tony Khan, right? Start right off the bat. I've got the man, the myth, the legend with me, the one, the only, Cody Oneidi 316.
What's going on? It's the negative one.
Woo!
And you want to know what? I'm going to tell you this. Mr. Negativity has some positivity to share on this great Saturday morning. I thought this show was really, really good.
Yeah.
Great matches
Wow.
all around. It was a really good show.
A lot of fun. I really enjoyed this
Absolutely.
show. The wrestling was damn good. I am sad that Cody lost, but we knew that was happening. We knew the anticipation and what was to happen. So, it's what had to happen for the story. For the story, right? To build the War Games with Lesnar and no John Cena. Weird. We'll get into a bunch of news, rumors, everything building up. But let us know in the chat right off the bat, what was your favorite match, moment of Crown Jewel? And what are you looking forward to for tomorrow? TNA Bound for Glory. That's right. I cannot wait.
Some news you said? I heard there were some WWE releases last night.
There were indeed. We've got that to discuss. A few names. There's some more coming out today as well. So that's upsetting too. And some of them are a bit perplexing. I mean, usually they give you releases and you're like, like when they let go of Wyatt. You're like, so I don't want to say people are on that level per se, but they could have been. There's some there in that list that really should have been. Yeah, absolutely. They had their chance, and then WWE, I don't know, they didn't really utilize a few of these people, so seems like things are sounding good on this end. The computer's deciding not to be possessed, so we're good there, Cody.
You release talented people. You release talented people that have potential to be a great star in your company, but then there's people on the roster that aren't as good at what
we got some people on the roster that have been sitting around for a little bit. Yeah, it's like, makes you wonder. They let go as of Friday. This name right off the bat shocked me to my core. Wes Lee. Damn. I mean, former Rascal member. He when he did the heel turn and turned on those guys, it was so well executed because it's like, Trey Miguel and everything that happened, Zachary Wentz, all the background hubbublub and getting let go, and the marijuana smoking kids, MSK is no more. So Wesley had to go and find himself on his own, and he became an amazing NXT North American champion. Amazing. Did a fucking phenomenal job. So damn good. Goes ahead and they're like, we're going to bring the Rascals back because we're doing the whole deal with TNA. Oh my God, we're coexisting with total nonstop action. And the Rascals reform. Well, with the showdown, I don't know, we're seeing, but the Rascals reform, you know what I mean? We have the reunion, they're going to get the tag titles. And then Wesley turns, and it was so poignantly perfect. They executed a hell of a heel turn that they really didn't capitalize on. They tried eventually again with High Rise and bringing that about, and then that was kind of it. So hearing his name on that list, really unfortunate to see him be gone. Maybe he'll go to TNA. I hope not AEW. I don't think he would be a great fit there, but the independents are booming. People are all over the place right now, celebrating and certainly enjoying the treasures that could be found in independent wrestling. So you look at people like Karrion Kross. Stevie Turner was another name on here that I wasn't expecting to see. I was genuinely surprised with her. And then Lance Anoa'i has only been there less than a year. I don't even think he's really been on television yet. They had him hired in the let's get everybody that's Samoan hired craze that happened. And then I don't know. Maybe it just he wasn't evolving, but Zara Zucker, we've got Draco Knox, Jamar Hampton, BJ Ray. They basically made the LFG show around Timu Jake Paul for this guy, and it was supposed to be like Logan's little brother on the show, essentially. That's what he was, Mr. Douchebag with tons of personality. And I felt like a lot of the clashes were both sincere and staged, but it worked. I mean, a lot of these had their contracts expire and not just outright renewed. Summer Sorrell, Gentala, Hayes Jameson. I know today there's a few more names on the list.
There's a surprising one.
Yeah, and
had a lot of potential.
Wesley hasn't worked since July, but July 29th, I think, was his last one. But he was the one that stood out to me the most on there. Like
Yeah,
we
for
said,
sure.
just unfortunate that that's what came of it. And I don't know. I was hoping
There's going to
for
be more coming out.
yeah. There's a few more names being rumored, and then there's also a couple more names being talked about today. So we'll see what happens. People were going off saying like, "Oh, Wesley gets fired, but Josh Briggs still has a job." You know that, and it's like, oh, let's go ahead and wind the clock back here. You know, we're all about, making sure things are by the book and by the letter. And if the law is going to get involved, sure. But Briggs was fully investigated and literally proven innocent by a admittedly deranged woman who was out of jealousy for revenge. And she had thrown wild accusations that were glaringly obvious from the get-go that they were false, but she threw it not just against Briggs, but multiple WWE's talents and stars. So once we, got that determined to be total bullshit, it's like, oh, well, there was the accusation. There's smoke, there's fire. I hate that. It's granted, we're in a good mood today, so we'll see what comes of these releases. Hopefully, they can find a positive and turn it around for themselves. That's what we want. Go ahead and a little bit of reinvention, not always a terrible thing. So we'll see what happens there. Again, we will be live for
I don't want
Bound
to
for
name
Glory
any names
tomorrow.
or anything,
Yeah,
but there's one women's wrestler I'm surprised that they kept on there down in their developmental system.
really. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm,
Want to know who?
yes, I do. I'm very curious.
You can't catch the drift yet?
No.
Can you guess who I'm thinking of?
No.
Terrible actress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No one's coming to
Can't
mind.
get it?
No one's coming to mind. I don't know.
Can't get it, then what do I?
I think you just have to. Say it.
I don't know if I should, because I think I'm being blatantly obvious here.
I mean, maybe, but I didn't think it was. But I mean,
Nikita
who else do we have? I see a couple more coming today. That's unfortunate. So we'll see.
of a Nikita.
I mean, I was unsure if you meant or, but yeah, no. Nikita's another one. I mean, they have some interesting cases there. Like, people felt that way about JC, and she was a fucking star at Showdown. My God, she had the crowd eating from her heel hand. Incredible. They're chanting JC and going nuts for her. It just shows that when she will be a babyface, she has the necessary tools to be a great one. So don't mind me, Mr. Wonky Eye, if I go ahead and close my eyes too long. My eyes are going to go all in focus because we're getting a nor'easter here, Sir Cody. We're getting a I've never heard a
Sunday,
nor'easter.
Monday, Tuesday, right?
Yeah, without snow.
Yeah, that confused me as well, because my dad and I were talking about it, and I'm like, isn't that like snow related?
Yeah, I always thought
That's why-
nor'easter meant precipitation in the form of
like a big snowstorm of some sort, right? With
Yes,
wind.
exactly.
Yeah,
So shout out to the
a
YouTube
fancier
chat.
way to call it a blizzard, I guess, right? That's what I thought.
Yeah, hopefully you guys on the YouTube side have a better
So,
set
what are
of
we
weather
supposed
in
to
your
get
neck of the woods. And thank you to everybody on Twitter. We're supposed to get high winds, coastal flooding, and inland flooding, massive heavy rains, and they're saying they're expecting widespread power outages. Eversource is sending out extra forces to start trimming trees in areas. And
So when's it supposed to start? Like before or after?
A little bit after this evening, I believe. I mean, I'm not a weatherman. I play
we'll
one
have
on
to
TV.
see if we can do the reviews depending on our power outages. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, we should be good to go tomorrow.
We should be good.
Unless the weather smites us. But
are you more concerned about tomorrow or Monday?
I think Monday morning might be the real issue because they're saying that tomorrow is going to be a bad day, but the night is supposedly going to really kick it off. So
we might not be able to do a Raw review. Hopefully we can.
your insomnia kicked in, Stuart. So we're heading into the Crown Jewel talk now, and we'll talk a bit more about everything else that we've got. A little bit more news, some build up to War Games for Survivor Series, announced matches, what Cena's doing for the rest of the year besides Gunther, and so on. After we cover Crown Jewel, this crowd was fucking phenomenal. They were ready to go.
They're really good. International crowds are always the best kind of crowds. U.S. crowds, you can take some notes because you fucking suck.
Not always. They've gotten a little bit better.
Well, depending on where you are.
Yeah, even the Midwest we saw.
A good crowd, and I don't want to give Philadelphia
unfortunately
credit for anything.
I don't know.
Yeah, who wants to give Philadelphia credit for anything?
I can't smite.
The sports teams are fucking.
You're bringing up some roughage with that terrible towel, so you might.
Yeah,
rough and feathers. I don't disagree because the U.S. crowds typically aren't as ravenous as the international ones, but you also have to put it into context. We're friggin' spoiled. We're friggin' spoiled. We are so spoiled, it's ungodly. We get live wrestling constantly. We can go to multiple shows a year. Australia, hasn't had anything since the Chamber.
We used to be able to go to multiple shows a year.
Well, if you can afford it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sue a few people just to go.
We're not billionaires.
No, we're not. And even our
I'm gonna sue PlayStation. You want to know what? I'm gonna have someone throw a PlayStation system at me, and then sue them for their product injuring me.
That sounds right. The freaking thing came out of nowhere and made you.
Like, remember when you threw that banana? Well, not you. Yeah. It was someone that was dressed like you, and I
resembled me. Yeah, I was at the hospital. That was me.
You were a fake somebody else, I heard, or something like that. So that didn't go anywhere because they said you can't sue the real guy over being the fake guy.
Exactly. I wasn't there. I was in the hospital collecting donations. God. So I will say this, sir. They knocked it out of the park again with the introduction. The editing team, we always praise. But my God, this got me awake. My exhausted ass fell asleep at like 4:20 this morning, I think was the last time I saw the clock. No pun intended. Hey! Kicking me off. And I got up like 7:30 and I'm like, I'll go another 25 minutes and I'll get going right at 8. And right as 8 o'clock kicked on, they did this amazing package where they went ahead and showcased all of the crowds that they've been to internationally. How many different countries have they been to? They said just this year alone. Insane. I really liked Rhea narrating the video. It was called Can You Hear It? Her narration, she's got an amazing sultry ASMR ridden voice. I just cannot state enough how much I really thoroughly enjoyed this. This was a great opening narration package to get you hyped, and it did its job. Their editing is always
best with that. Their editing is one of the top tier, even better than some like companies that produce movies. I think their editing, they should just hire WWE people for their editing trailers.
I don't, like because that's how WWE Studios began, actually, was people commenting on their editing stuff. And then they wanted to get into movies and make their talent movie stars. And it kind of just, am I still eating bananas? Good to see you, Mr. Kennedy. Haven't seen you in a long time. I'm not just eating and consuming bananas, but I'm trying to become one. I've been speaking with
I said, well, he had to take the bananas out of the timeline, for a few weeks because I was trying to sue.
Yeah, with the potassium intake being too high, I what are you gonna do? You were fine though. No. Just a little bit of a bruise.
Was I?
Yeah, you fruit.
What was in that banana?
A brick. Yeah.
Why?
Well, it
was a bricked up banana.
Yeah. Yeah, you get me all bricked up. See, you did it to yourself. Pause.
Did you put like a vanilla something in it so when you
a little bit of Banana Foster's magic? I know what you're hitting at. We can make it roast. No, I'm actually trying to be a banana, not just for Halloween. I want to be the Savannah Bananas banana. I think I would make the best banana mascot fucking ever.
A real one or fake one though?
No, a real one. I want to become a banana. So if I go ahead and I've been in contact with the Savannah Banana people, so let's see what happens. Could be funny, make a little cameo appearance, but the Banana Club goes strong and hard. So
I thought you would have personally been a fake Joe Hendry.
yeah, no, Joe Henry. However, that
Henry,
was
oh yeah,
Henry. Yeah, I was going for Joe Henry.
Say his name
That
and
makes sense.
Yeah, Joe Henry should have the Spanish Joe Hendry theme that he had in AAA. This Australian street fight, because they're live at the RAC Center in Perth for the takeover event that is Crown Jewel. I was less excited for this show building into it. I was really looking forward to Bound for Glory this weekend. SmackDown, some people loved it. I was less than stellar on SmackDown. It really left a few things to be to be fixed, and some of the storylines. I'm happy people are getting their own themes back. I guess there was a big
I honestly thought
kerfluffle
that
in the
Shinsuke
back scenes.
Nakamura had his old theme back for a while now. You have to correct me on that, saying no. It
I
was a
did
remix.
go
I
and
remember
check.
he had that one with words.
Yes.
Then I thought, brought it back.
No,
Then
he
they
had
gave
a
him another-
remix version after that where it was like his with the Red Sun would come out, and he had it last night, but that was like when that was introduced, and it was more of like a slowed down kind of thing. But
So they brought the song back in a more slowed down pace.
yeah, now it's back normal. Love it. So
Okay,
good,
yeah.
good to see the old theme, Street
Best
Profits, a
version of
few
it.
others.
And
yeah.
I think Shinsuke Nakamura is better as a heel. I don't know why they're turning him babyface.
There was somebody else too besides Drew McIntyre that was complaining about their theme. Oh, Sheamus. Sheamus was complaining about
Okay, if
his theme
Shinsuke
too.
and the Street Profits are getting theirs back, if they listen to them, they would listen to Sheamus and Drew, right?
Yeah, I would think. Granted,
Because
we
they'll
would
get
assume.
more say than them, I would believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, DJ Anime. She said Sheamus as well, so that was definitely on the list. They started with the Down Under Street Fight.
Well, they gave Sheamus his theme song back.
Oh, they did?
Well, remember, was it the end of last year or beginning of this year? Like when he returned, they gave him that original theme song back.
I thought they
Then
changed
they gave
it.
him a generic.
Yeah, they changed it to whatever. They updated it. I don't like Becky's update. There's quite a few that
No, they gave him his old theme song back. Chat, am I?
I think you're
going
crazy,
nuts?
but you might be nuts. We'll figure it out. What did you think of Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed? Now I told you I was
In
a
an
bit worried.
Australian street fight, baby.
The Down Under. I was a bit
The
perplexed.
kangaroos.
I wasn't sure who would win, which Roo would side, but I did predict that it would be Bronson Reed at the end because he already lost previously in front of his hometown Australian crowd. Maybe now they'll finally give him the chance. It kind of keeps the story going so that Roman, because he said he didn't want help. They really punctuated that. So Wednesday into Summer Weekly, was kind of leaning on, hey, this is my thought at the end. Roman's going to lose. It keeps the fight going. It's hard to imagine Roman coming out and losing, but my predictions ended up being 5 out of 5. Now, it was a predictable show for the most part, but I do want to say predictability is not always the worst thing. We don't need constant whooshes and swerves. For a show like this, where it's champion versus champion and kind of a throwaway set, it's okay to have less than, the entire build and everything. But they still gave us a good amount of story out of here for going forward. That's really what I'm thankful with today. Each match finished with at least some type of progression or something to go ahead and bring it forward. And yeah, the chat agrees. He did not have his old theme when he came back, so.
Sheamus, I
Yeah.
swear he did.
No, he did not. So,
on, I'm gonna-
unfortunately, you have to
We're
go
gonna
back
look this
and
up here.
I double checked too. Yeah, he had that remix version, whatever the new one is. So it was cool to see Simon Miller. He's got himself booked to the end of the year now with all his wrestling matches. So that's cool. He picked Cena Vacour, Kabuki Warriors, Reigns, and Rollins, and I was like, hey, you know what? That's interesting. We'll go ahead and we'll see what comes of it. So, I don't know. I'm happy that Bronson won because of how they ended it and what it's going to build to. So had they not given us the advanced infighting, especially with how we left off with the Roman family, the Anoa'i's and the Samoans the other day. So I was a little bit worried and
Yeah, he brought it
perplexed.
back. Here, I'm going to send this to you.
All right, you send it to me. Because
Like, he
everything
brought
I
it back
see
last year.
Oh, last
Yeah,
year?
Yeah,
I
they
was
brought.
talking about when he returned this year before they brought his new song. I last year I think they gave it
He
to
had
him
that
like
old
for
song.
one day.
He had that
yeah.
weird song with the fighting. What were they called? You remember that group with Pete Dunne or
Leprechauns?
Butch and Ridge Holland?
The
Yeah,
Fighting
whatever their
Irish.
group was called.
The Brawling Brutes or something like
Brawling
that.
Brutes, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he had that theme song, and then he returned solo. Then he had that
Smashing
theme.
Suckers.
That's what I thought happened with Shinsuke, because they did that with the Street Profits.
Yeah.
Kept flip flopping the songs. I know the Street Profits for sure. They kept flip flopping.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, I just hope everybody gets their proper thing, or at least if they want their old theme back, then give it to them. You know, there's been some changes which just hasn't been great, and a lot of the women I feel like need some reworks too. Like
Woman
Becky's.
wrestler should get.
Becky's is terrible.
Becky should have his.
I don't care for Bailey's current newest theme. You know, the one that she's had since going. Yeah, the whole it changes tempo and song a few times. Like Liv's is pretty damn iconic. That works for her. Rhea's is damn good. I don't know. I'm not even crazy about I like Asuka's theme. I don't care much for the Kabuki Warriors together. That theme, I would keep EO's, but there's a few that need some reworks for sure. A lot of the NXT women have like pretty drab songs, Jordan Grace included, and it's hard to differentiate between
Is Def
several
Rebel
of
out
them.
the door or something?
I don't know for sure. Everything we keep hearing such conflicting reports every time. It's like, hey, they're gone. No, they're not. They're gone. No, they're not. All right,
But
they're
all just demanding new theme song changes now. Then
they want to go back to their old stuff. Yeah, Broken Dreams with Drew would be. I love that one, but somebody said he wasn't a fan. I don't know.
Johnny Gargano should bring back Rebel Heart.
Damn straight.
Think of other one.
We left Raw in a perplexing state because Roman said he didn't need help at all. He's still acting more like a heel than a face, and he was getting in Jay's head, making him become Little Roman. So I was kind of curious to see what would we get here. Would it be more Jay manipulation, or would it be just strictly their involvement? So would they help Roman at all? Would they listen? Would it just be Jimmy coming out, being somewhat defiant, but not wanting to see Roman taken advantage of? It's still family, but they came out as a unit. So they start off this match white hot, the crowd chanting for Roman like no other. They're doing the Cody chant. Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns. Before the show even started, they had the Roman Reigns chant going. So these people were excited. We get right off the bat, past the announcements, they just start beating the hell out of each other. And Roman gets on top and he mounts Bronson Reed. Mounts him. Pause.
Mounts him. Ooh.
And from there, he just beats the shit out of him in the corner.
Watching.
The crowd is just chanting, counting along. So much fun. Not canting, chanting. And here they end up getting taken to the outside as Roman hits him with a big clothesline. And now we get a big uppercut, and they're battling each other. And that's when Roman grabs a bottle from the Prime hydration station and just whips it at Bronson Reed. That made me chuckle. Eventually, Roman, forget the kendo stick, he pulls out cricket bat, and then a cricket ball. Well, rugby ball. Thought it was Aussie rules, but whatever. And he throws it at Heyman, who dodges it and like runs out of the way. I've never seen Heyman move so quick. Even my big ass couldn't. like a fat ninja. He just flew out of the way, like dodging bullets. Goddamn. Then they went ahead and got some beatings done with the kendo stick, the cricket bat, all of it, the weapons. The crowd had already chanted for tables a few times, and this popped me. It made me crack. I couldn't stop laughing because Roman's doing goddamn mic work in the middle of his match. Like a comedian doing crowd work, goes out there. He's trying to do some great stand-up. He's asking, you ever slept with a black guy? No, like he's trying to, his hockey routine.
That's what he said?
That's what I heard for his stand-up. But he goes ahead with his crowd work, and he says, if you want tables, acknowledge me. And OTC1 lands.
Always acknowledge the tribal chief.
Right? He whips out the table from under the ring. And Bronson Reed, of course, stops him, runs him into the steps, and we get a loud "fuck you, Bronson" chant. Bronson's a wanker again. I'm trying to think of some of the other things, and totally crazy. So look at that, not a rugby ball, Aussie rules ball. I was right about something down under. Thank you, Stuart. Glad and hopefully you enjoyed the show. I was happy for many of your compadres to have a WWE show at nighttime for you. You're going to get Monday Night Raw, not on a Tuesday morning. You're going to get it on a Monday. I see. That's why I don't mind doing this every once in a while, because the United States is so spoiled. We get to see these shows often. And it's not, the United States is huge, but it's not this crazy travel, to get to. They come to you. And typically, if you want to see anything and you're international, you're traveling here or wherever they're going to have a show closest to you. And I like that they're doing, I wish they would do it. I understand the logistics of it. Like you don't want to fly all that way, do a 307-hour flight just to go ahead and do one show. So you want to do the weekends, a Raw, a SmackDown, even NXT if you can, mix it all in. That's perfect. I don't like when they do it for multiple weeks in a row because of the time change. So if they mixed it up a bit more and didn't do just a straight tour, 11 p.m. start on the East Coast, now it's 3 a.m. following morning, right? That's so rough. So at least you guys can go ahead and get a little bit closer to normalcy with this weekend's WWE programming. Bronson takes out 2 chairs, whips them out and slides them into the ring. And basically he hits Roman one of the chairs, and then he wedges the other chair between the ropes in the corner. And he picks up the other chair and he's working over Roman with it. He got him one time, and it looked like Roman got caught in the knuckle. Because if you listen back, I definitely heard fuck, ever so slight. The camera picked it up. Definitely one of those. So
I hear you say that every morning when you wake up.
Right, gotta stretch. And what do you know? It looked like when he hit him with the chair, like he goes for the back shot, but Roman had his hand off to the side. And yeah, Perth is 3 hours behind you. Yeah, much like the West Coast to us. So still getting the 11 p.m. start, but it's better than 3 a.m. like you said the following morning. Now Braun Breaker comes out, hops the barricade, spears Roman. That's it. That's all there was to it, And I forgot to say before that, Roman does and he goes ahead and he's gonna go spear him, but that's when he rolls out of the ring, and he's trying to go and get him, and he lets out another war cry, and he's chasing him, running after Bronson Reed. He's going after the big Australian man, gets behind him, and that's when the barricade is jumped. Braun Breaker's there. Dogs are barking, and he spears him into hell. Damn. Now, you know what's coming. Uso!
Oh, yeah.
It's an Uso party. Just making sure everybody's up.
The Us.
They come down pretty succinctly. They come down. They don't waste time doing the whole let's go through the crowd and yeet. We need to save Roman. They're not booking it, but they got a quick pep in their step. They're doing a bit of the moonwalk like Jackson. They're getting themselves to the ring.
Were they doing the Jeff Hardy?
No, they weren't. They weren't saving and dancing and doing the fly. They got themselves in there. They didn't have to put over the yeet. So they get together and they drop Braun Breaker with a beautiful double super kick. And it looks like he ate that from Jimmy, by the way. Go back, check out the replay. He definitely ate that from Jimmy. Hey, there's a deal on Prime. Claim it now. I should have said as well, thank you to XSplit for powering into somewhere. You go ahead and use code BANANA for 20% off. And you go ahead and get your subscriptions there. You can go ahead and do a free trial. So if anybody wants to broadcast to anywhere, YouTube, Twitch, you go ahead and use this program. It is amazing. Go ahead and check out XSplit. When can you super chat? I think I need like 10,000. No, I think I need like 90 more watch hours, and I'm there, and it's not far. I'm doing a couple hundred a week. So we're hopefully by the end of the month, it looks like we should be able to apply for partnership. I hope would be nice. You make an appearance today, Triple M. Once you get to the Cena match, oh yeah. So we went ahead and we got the Usos out there, and they're laying out everybody. We get hip attacks. We get the 1D on Braun, who basically in a way no sells it. He goes down briefly, but his regeneration powers, as they said, and I cannot wait to see Braun Breaker in more of away from the Vision. I want to see him as a heel straight out the gate, but just more of the IC champ, but a bit more depth to him, a bit more than just the dogs are barking. We need, like, the character work we're getting is nice. He's got so much power, so much speed. Tenacity. He's good on the mic. He's not giving great promos, but if you go back and you watch certain segments with him, or like a prime one was when he did, maybe it was WrestleMania and he did the Steiner math, and he's just got that type of charisma, the personality. You look at a lot of the promos that he's done, it's kind of like, you're getting pigeonholed into the same thing, the stuff with Roman and whatnot. Oh, that's right, Triple M. Happy birthday, you good man. I keep thinking it would be the 12th. It is the 11th. So happy birthday to Triple M. Everybody in the chat, make sure you wish him a happy birthday. And go ahead and you can reach out to him on Twitter as well. We'll be sure to do so. Happy birthday. I don't know if you want me to get naked or sing, but let me know.
While getting naked.
No, there we go. I'll have to send him a private video. This is where Breaker gets right back up, and he grabs Jay, presses him high, and gives him a knee to the chin with the press slam. It was very interesting. Not something you see often, so it's a hell of a maneuver. You think he's just going to drop him and then come straight down like a super code breaker almost. Absolutely crazy. And now Jay's out. Jimmy is going to get taken out on the outside. So Reigns gets up there, hits a big Superman punch, and lets out the war cry. And he wants to go after Bronson Reed, but he had to hit Breaker with a Superman punch to take him out of the equation. And that's when Bronson Reed just picks up Roman. And he's trying to get out of it, Finally, he wiggles free. And Reed starts charging at Jay. And oh no, look. Oh, Jay spears Roman through the Slim Jim table. Damn it.
Fuck. What did you do? I told you to protect him.
I'm sorry, I knew it. I should have had to go ahead and
It's part of the script. Look at line 77.
I know. You were I fucked up. I did. So he was supposed to, be there a little bit sooner. No, he went ahead and just destroys him, and it was accidental. So Jay is extremely apologetic, and he's trying to, work through it, and he's like, but Braun is just over there, and he drags Roman to the corner. Tsunami! 1, 2, 3.
And Bronson Reed is the first person to pin Roman Reigns in a singles match, right? In years?
In years. Almost ever. The Auszilla pinned him. So
even
not
though Cody Rhodes pinned Roman Reigns.
Don't shoot. You know what's going to happen if you do that, right? You say it too much. What? I'll get you. Hater Taker is going to come out and fucking Don't piss him off. He's still eating catering right now. He did send out a nice tweet before saying, I really, and he said, thank you, Cena and AJ, a masterclass and beautiful tribute to wrestling. The universe said it, but that was awesome. It's cool to see Undertaker sending out tweets. Still a little hard to fathom that Undertaker's
Huge
on
pop.
social media, but I wasn't sure how they would have this play out. Is it going to be a full build to War Games with the Vision? Is that what we're getting? We heard rumors about news over the weekend that, hey, this is what's going down as far as pretty much the plans for War Games as of now has been, I don't know. I'm not hating on it. It's interesting to say the least. So, according to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer, this year's match is put together at this juncture. Mostly. So, he says that reports state CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, and Jey Uso will team with a fifth member, not Jimmy, against the Vision, Brock Lesnar, and Austin Theory. So everyone had been tweeting that, oh, Austin Theory is going to come out today, this morning.
I
late
called
night.
Brock being in War Games.
You did that. You did. Cena is nowhere near that.
He's supposed
And I'm
to be-
thankful. He's got some plans himself. We'll get into after the Crown Jewel review, but it's War Games is looking good. So the reason I bring this news up now is because it plays into the whole review. Essentially, seems like this is their plan going forward. How we get there still to be determined, but I am curious who the fifth member will be on the men's side. I wonder how Kevin Owens is doing. Too bad he couldn't get one more match with Cena. There's a few people on that list. I do like Gunther. I am a fan of Gunther's, but him being the last opponent, I would have even preferred The Miz. I said that, to several people earlier, not just the DJ.
Yeah, like why Gunther? Because he's not like young, where it's like passing of the torch, and he's not.
A lot of Cena's reign, for his ending, retirement
The
tour.
classic.
Yeah, it's just he hasn't done much of elevating anyone else, really.
If he was going
Cody?
to do this retirement tour, he really needed to do it committed full time, not like
As
I'll
much
be
as
at
the
one
heel
show,
turn,
then I'll
yeah,
miss
exactly.
everything until the pay per view.
The heel turn was shocking. They were in the dome. They had the chamber in the dome in Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
And
In the dome?
in the dome in
Yo,
Toronto.
we clutched up in Toronto.
Toronto.
They
Yo,
put
we
the chamber in the
clutched up
dome?
in Toronto.
In Toronto.
Yo, we clutched.
And
In Toronto.
in
Yo,
Toronto.
we clutched up in Toronto.
It was one of the greatest in Toronto
Yo, we clutched up.
heel turns ever, right? For the moment.
Yes.
That moment, but
The
not
moment
the
was
actual
incredible.
turn. The not the rest of it. But the actual moment itself was incredible. Why? Because it was a foregone conclusion. There's that word again. That we would Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up in.
That we would completely, absolutely, 100%, never, ever, ever see John Cena as a heel. It was going to happen once upon a time. It didn't. They had music. They had merch. That's c'est la vie. Wipe your hands of it. So it happened, and it was incredible for the moment. The follow-up is what let us down. And that's kind of been, the crux of a lot of this. So I'm happy with what we got today with John, but he has not put over many people. And it doesn't look like the rest of these retirement tour is going to be putting anybody else over either. It looks like he's going to be snatching some things up. So we'll get into it, of course.
I don't think that match, I don't think he's winning. The match you're
I don't
referring to,
know.
but we'll get
We'll
into that
see.
after.
We will certainly see. It'd be nice if him and Angle could have had Angle's retirement, and then Angle comes out of retirement to retire Cena. Right? Sure. Book it. I enjoyed this first match. 3.5 stars. Much better than what I anticipated for them to do an Australian street fight down under. Roman sits up and he's with the Usos in the ring. I like that the heels just got out of there. They did their job. We beat you. We embarrassed you. We're done. And they could have kept beating him down, giving it, but I like that they let it breathe. They let it sit. They let the moment of, everybody's down in the ring, and instead of keep attacking, you're going to wallow in your fuck up. You guys, you screwed the pooch. We're going to go ahead and celebrate. So Roman sits up like the freaking, Michael Myers is. He pops himself up there. He's like, the whole world thinks I can't do this on my own. And I love that he's not mic'd up. He's not on a mic, but the ring mic is being picked up off the camera, I should say. The camera mic is picking up what they're saying in the ring. I'm a little ass-tarded, sorry. And he's like, the only way this works. I know, I'm sorry, baby. The only way this works.
I told you not to take the Tylenol, but
I actually, so after last night when I was thinking I was feeling a bit more normal and a little less autistic, I went and got the big bottle. And I even made sure of Tylenol, but I even made sure to get the store brand of the acetaminophen. See? Acetaminophen. So I got the big bottle. I took like 50 of them, and I definitely lost a few brain cells, so I can contest.
Well, how many did you take?
Take what?
Of those pills?
What pills?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, that keeps happening. It's got to be a side effect.
Maybe. You were just mentioning how you got the store brand
I did what?
Tylenol.
Who?
Anyway, back to Crown Jewel.
The Chamber was in Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto, Elimination Chamber.
Not the Elimination Chamber review anymore.
Oh, what are we talking about?
How's Ben, by the way?
Oh,
You didn't give him any of those, did you?
So I went ahead and I was like, "Hey, Ben, let's chat for a second. What can we do to make you happy? Let's go ahead and let's do something nice for Ben. Let's take him on a nice little holiday." I was like, "What are we gonna do with you? Right? We'll get you out here, Ben. Don't you worry." And
Well,
didn't go great.
he's okay, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing. So I got him in his wheelchair. We're going through the airport, and we get to the TSA section, and he said he had to go to the bathroom.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
So I just was like, yeah, we'll take care of it on the plane. Don't worry about him. He's got a diaper. It'll be fine, right? Right. And then I was like, Ben, you got your diaper on, right? And he's like, no. I'm like, are you sure you don't have one on? Yes. So you do have a diaper on? He's like, no. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you going? And he's like, I'm like, oh. So now he's like covered in shit, not listening at all. I mean, like bad. Like it went up his back, just bad, right? So Ben is a mess. I looking at him, he's dying over there. I'm like, Ben, you couldn't hold. He's like, oh God. So, I might have just left him there.
You left him there?
Yeah. But before I left, I didn't say anything. I just left. But before I left, I recorded some of his beautiful words and turned it into this for a short. So,
Ben, yes, no. Ben, yes.
So now Ben lives on forever. Yeah. Speaking of forever, the women's world champion, Tiffany Stratton, taking on the women's world champion, Stephanie Vacour. Right? Can't they just both be the women's world champion? I get why they need to differentiate the belts a little bit, but I know they're not having the Raw champion, the SmackDown champion. They didn't want that anymore, but I don't know. It's part of it's like you're both WWE Women's World, but I'm the World Champion and I'm just the WWE
Getting a-
Women's Champion.
Hello? Yes, he's going to bring him back at 2 p.m. You're supposed to bring Ben back at 2 p.m.
We got time.
What do I say?
Well, he'll be there.
Yeah, he'll
Just-
be there. Oh,
Yeah,
are you
it's
sure?
fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's
How
fine.
do they have my number?
You're emergency contact now.
Oh, no.
Okay, so when I took him out, I might have signed your name for all the paperwork. I was like, they're like,
My name?
What is your name, sir? And I'm like, Cody Onidi. I almost said
Oh,
316.
jeez.
I so used to doing that.
Give me a hell yeah!
But the cops might stop by just as a welfare check. Don't worry about it. This match, my only complaint is what? Can you get in my mind and guess what I'm upset over?
I don't know. What would that be?
Just like my sex life, it was way too short. Not my fault. I only last 3 seconds. But granted, this was a 10-minute match. Should have been 3 hours.
Let me talk to you!
Yeah. Don't call me a liar. All right, 5
Yeah.
seconds, wife. Jesus. Being critical over there. I did love that Stratton offers a handshake at the start. And Vakor just fucking throws a kick and she catches her foot and turns into this whole sequence of Stephanie avoiding the handspring elbow. And it just, I loved the start. The introductions are great. I really enjoy, this is not new to Crown Jewel, obviously, but the 8K camera, all of it. But the presentation today was just top notch. Everything looked stellar, like above and beyond. So it really added to the entire package. And from there, these two were off to the races, and it was all about a rapid, fast pace. There really wasn't any lulls. There was no slowdown period for me. You get the superplex into a backbreaker. That was a great spot. Eventually, Tiffany goes up and she gets cut off by Stephanie. And that's when she superplexed her. Goddamn, I was like, holy shit, again. And then we get the devil's kiss avoided the first time. And that's when Tiffany goes back up and she goes for a swanton. Stephanie gets the knees up. And I know people I see it. It's not just you. I see it online. I see people saying, the crowd is with her, but some people feel like it's just a bit too soon for Stephanie to have all of this momentum, this rocket up her ass. But in 10 months, she's done great learning English. She's still got a ways to go. Her promo skills are not the best in English, but she's far. I mean, Asuka's been there for 10 years, and she still could barely get out. You're not ready for her. This is her time. Stephanie is the real deal. Every match she's been in, she has made it excel. She has not had a single bad match, not one. And she will eventually. It will happen, but to this date, I have not had one outing of hers that I did not enjoy. She is consistently entertaining. Her facial expressions, her selling, her psychology, the way she breaks down the opponent into sections, basically. And if she's going after the knee, she's doing the corkscrew. Now she knows you're weary on your feet, so she's not going to risk doing anything up top and too risky because she knows you're not down. Like it really plays in well to her entire. I have had to scrape and fight and claw for everything. And now that it's my time and I'm here, I am never, ever letting this go. I believe her. I think that's what it comes down to. Julia was supposed to be this star. She is a star, but Julia in New Japan, or excuse me, Stardom, I should say, in Japan, she went ahead and broke not just records, not just box office, but she broke boundaries. That was the first time that, a women's main event was over not the champions titles, but the tag titles and so on and so forth. So I genuinely thought that we would see Julia come in. She would be, this just powerhouse force, kind of like Asuka, squashing people. And that's not what we got. And I was surprised. And the audience took to her, but not as much as they took to Stephanie. So they turned Julia heel. They went with it. They gave Stephanie both belts. She was wrestling multiple matches. I mean, look at Money in the Bank weekend when she's on AAA. Then she's on Money in the Bank and NXT. She wrestled 3 times in and SmackDown. So it was like 4 matches in an 18-hour period. Granted, the last 6 weeks since being announced the #1 contender after Evolution 2, she's not been featured much. But for an entire month, I guess she was severely sick. And then they were going to have the match previous at the, Clash in the Castle. And then they had Naomi randomly, something happened. Something, Netflix and chill. And from her little insemination issue, give me a tissue, I go ahead and say they did what they could. They probably should have still had the match, but they couldn't have because Stephanie was sick. So they pushed it from WrestlePalooza, and all right. And then, so I felt like it worked there to crown her champion. WrestlePalooza needed that match. What is special about Julia? Julia, in her previous time, she was such a damn good wrestler, not just compared to others, but she was, again, like Stephanie, she was, you felt threatened by her, as were a lot of the girls were trying so hard to be intimidating. With Julia, it just came natural. She felt evil as a heel. She felt cunning, swift, smart, but deadly. Like really, like she would, I remember when she lost her hair and people didn't think that was going to happen. The hair versus hair match. I mean, she always put everything she had into her stories, her matches, and the fans ate it up because it was just excellent. And she stood out far and wide above so many others. Stephanie, I didn't watch hardly much of her heading into Forbidden Door. I'd only seen a couple of matches, and then she had the match with Mercedes. Everybody raved about it. It was a good match, but damn, that was all it took. And off to the races. She was in NXT not long after that. Thankfully, I am glad she didn't go with AEW because I don't think she would be anywhere near the position that she is now if she went there. She wouldn't
Absolutely
be.
not.
She would not be on the line of Tony
They would have
Storm.
made a new title like the AEW. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, the trouser snake. I agree, Stuart. She got hit by the trouser snake. She did not proceed with caution. So Naomi is now Miss Preggers. What's going on? Kevin and Colt is dead. Appreciate you. And Ghetto God, Paul, Triple M's birthday. Make sure you say happy birthday to him, DJ, and everybody else in the chat. Thank you for being here. To those of you on Twitter, if you don't join the YouTube party, that's okay. Thank you for hanging out over on that side. And we're not on TikTok because I think we're still suspended. So, what are you going to do? Now, I absolutely, like I said, I love this match. She gets the knees up. She gets the rolling senton. And now Stratton also then goes for the prettiest moonsault. Stephanie avoids it. And then she does the spinal tap, right? The corkscrew splash there. Gets the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. That was it. I was shocked when she ever came off the top rope for that move. I'm like, that's the finish. Like before she even landed, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be the finish. 10 minutes exactly, I think, or 10:05, like really close to the 10-minute mark. Couldn't have given them a bit more time here. I felt like it just got into that, like the second phase of the match, third gear, kind of like it was getting even better. But it didn't. I didn't feel like it got to a point where there was really a crescendo and that we were gonna see her get the 3 count. It didn't seem like she was in that much peril up until that point. So, and Milo's birthday yesterday, he turned 4. We went ahead and had his little celebration. He got himself some delicious grilled chicken out to dinner. We took him, so he got spoiled. The match was a lot of fun. It's not a bad thing to walk away saying, I wish we had more, though. I just wanted more. I know that you know that we'll get more eventually, and we'll get a rematch. But this deserved more time, and especially because we're probably robbed of this getting a rematch for a long time, because they're both champions. We're not, unless somebody drops a title and switches brands. Well, the brand split doesn't really mean much, but unless we get to that extent, we're not going to see these two interact for some time. So, especially face versus face, I think that we see her hold the belt till Liv returns. Liv wins the Rumble, and we're going to see Liv and Stephanie go head to head. And part of that will be, the two crown jewel champions. Who will be the true champion at Mania? That's just an early ass prediction. But sign me up for that
I think
match.
they would have a great match, honestly.
Fire. Main event night one with it.
Hell yeah, why not?
Sign
They
me
would
up.
put on a classic there, and I think people might underrate that match, but that's actually a low-key banger.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've seen Liv interact with Stephanie once, I think, with Ivy Nile, when I think I said before, when they had the qualifiers for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Tiffany
And
is
they
a better
were
heel.
good together then, too.
I agree. You know, Gilliam's in the chat. He said Tiffany's a better heel, and I agree.
Oh, I've said for
You've said this
a
for
long time now,
ages before I ever parroted that. I was saying it from you saying it. She's in NXT was a standout heel. Daddy's money. I don't think she's overrated. I think she might be a little bit overrated as a face in the sense of like she's good, but she's better as a heel, and I think she gets. Overrated is the wrong word, but she does get a heaping amount of praise.
For Tiffany, you said?
Tiffany, yeah, for Stratton.
Tiffany, she's definitely not overrated because she was amazing in NXT with her heel run there. She's a great in-ring wrestler. It's just when you come across as a baby face and it just seems phony and fake.
Yeah.
Because she's still playing that character.
Well, she's just like Roman and several others. She never actually had the face turn. All she did was turn on Nia by cashing in her Money in the Bank. And the fans were on her side, like Jacob Fatu and other heels we've had. You know, Jacob was with Solo, but everybody loved him. Same idea there. And then it was like, all right.
Jacob Fatu, though, I think works well as a face.
Oh, yeah, I think he does, but I kind of think he's another one that's a better heel.
Would you prefer him being heel, Jacob Fatu?
I think he's got a ton of charisma, so people will get behind. Scat man, fucking he's just so badass. But
yeah, you're right. Though. He's a good fit. He's better as a face.
My
than
eyes
Tiffany,
kill me.
Yeah, I guess you're right though. Jacob Fatu's probably fit better as a heel.
I just think Tiff is a better heel, and it suits
100%.
the overall idea of her,
That's
the
a
package
video
entirely. Better heel or face,
We're gonna
indeed.
go over.
We had after this match. Well, obviously Triple H comes out, gives her the belt. She had a decent promo. Fun, you know. She said that the fans saying she deserved her success, and you heard the "You Deserve It" chants. She's crying. She told the crowd that we made history together. The title was beautiful, and it represents all of the motivation, support, and the love the fans have given her. Too bad she can't keep the thing. Still perplexed and baffled by, know what I mean? I don't know what we're doing with the belts. They're going to disappear back into the Saudi vault or what?
I thought they were staying there because they were told to hand them over.
I thought they were staying in Saudi too, and now they traveled to Australia. I'm telling you, I still think those are replicas because they said they're 175 diamonds in each one, plus the other pristine jewels. Oh, Anna. So
Well, even if they're replicas, though, they're going to sell them as those titles again. But
yeah,
which makes me question
because those belts, like I said, as a shoot, like they were legit a shit ton of money that Saudi
why are you
prince
handing
bought
them
for
the belt each time just to hand them a ring?
I guess because you're going to raise the belt, but you're leaving with the ring. They shouldn't have the belts anymore at all. It should just be the ring. You know, if you want the belt there, just do it as an image, not something they take, because it's silly. But they're not even in Saudi. They're in Australia. So how do they go ahead and
Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan handed over those championships and were told these are going to stay here in Saudi Arabia forever to be a part of WWE World.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Sure as shit. No, they're not.
I'm missing my Divas title.
Australia now. I don't understand.
But yes, no, you're absolutely right. They were supposed to stay there, and they were so forceful behind that fact. Like they made sure to, you guys knew it, you heard it. They wanted to stress that point. And I get there. It's the symbol. It's a prop, but I would just go
Can we
with
go
the
back to
rings
talking
then.
about how Bronson Reed is the first one to beat Roman Reigns in a singles match in what? In
Years.
years? I'm
And
talking
he's
about
the
years.
only one. He is the only one ever to hospitalize Roman Reigns, to put him on a
Wow.
stretcher in front of his family.
See, they're hyping up Bronson Reed like this. That's why I'm saying, does Braun Breaker get all these WrestleMania main events now? Bronson Reed's the first one ever to do this and that to
Yeah.
Roman. So
I
what's
think
Braun Breaker gonna do?
they're struggling at
Take
paying
the
attention to
leftovers of
both
it?
of them at the same time. They're alternating, and that kind of happens a lot with groups. But they would do it with Judgment Day. They'd focus on Rhea, then they would focus on Damian, and then they'd focus on Finn, and then it'd be Rhea and Damian. But it would never be like multiples at the same time individually. You get what I'm saying? Like they can't focus on
Yeah.
Bronson and Braun. They're either the Brawns or it's one of them. So I
guess makes
still
sense.
see a big
Or the
future for
Bronsons,
Braun,
like Jay calls him.
but Bronson Reed, I feel like they're trying to do
I
a
like the
little bit
Bronsons
more.
better.
I would have rather have seen Bronson Reed, or excuse me, Braun Breaker take on Roman than Bronson Reed. So
That's what I was saying. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying anyway. Why is Bronson Reed taking on? This should have been Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns. And
why? Because of where they were. That's what it all came down to. This was for Bronson Reed to, because he's from New Zealand, though, right? Not Australia,
congratulations
but
to
I
Bronson
thought-
Reed, yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. And he's undefeated
Yeah.
in Australian street fights. He's known for it. He's the first one to pin Roman Reigns in a singles match in years because who did Cody Rhodes beat at WrestleMania 40?
The Rock beat him.
Oh, he beat. hmm
And then the next night, Cody won the title from, right?
Say that again. From. Oh, I guess that would be true. But he had the.
I thought he won it from Roman Reigns, but I guess not. He really won it from,
Yeah, that. I guess that's fair.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why they brought back Vince McMahon. Oh, shit, I didn't censor it. But, yeah, I mean, Cody versus Vince, that was such a good match at 40. I hope we get the rematch at 42. Vince versus Cody. Stone Cold is a special guest ref. Actually, that'd be in Saudi for 43. You know it.
Yeah, that 43 Saudi. What, an 82-year-old Vince McMahon?
Right? I give this match about 3.5 to 3 3/4 stars. It's on the 4-star level. I wish it was longer, but it was a really good match. Still, it just wasn't
match
enough
should have
substance.
gone way longer.
This should have been at least 15. At least
Yeah.
another 5. Yeah, the end game seems like Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman will break off, and it'll be those two, and then Paul will go with Braun, and the division will be done.
I think
That's the
gonna happen
end game.
soon,
Yeah,
because
I don't
they're
think it'll
already
be soon. I think it's
talking
going to be a
No,
while.
because they're already talking about betray. They're already publicly
that-
said the Stephans were going to betray
Yes,
you.
but think about how many times they gave you little inklings of betrayal with Roman, with the Usos, or with and that went on for what, 5 years? Just about 4.5.
It's not going to have it go on that long.
I don't think it will, but I think it's going to go on a while.
Because I'm already annoyed with this Judgment Day thing. That who even knows when this betrayal is going to happen? Because I haven't been
Right.
teasing that for like a year or
steroid
two.
drops. I got to put steroids in my eye. I love it. Sorry, or else I could see again. So, yeah, fun while it lasted. Good match. Just sub of 4 stars. First one, 3.5 stars. We're on to a good show continuing. Then we had a little bit of backstage from the Bronze. Speaking of, Paul Heyman comes in. He's very congratulatory. He's telling them, hey, bitches, you did well. Now we need to go ahead and make sure that you don't interfere in the main event, because no matter what, Seth wants to do it on his own. If you try and help, you're going to find out. So he's like, it's a meritocracy, and you'd find out whether or not Rollins or Rhodes is better. And Heyman's about to leave, and then Breaker says to Reed, what happens if Cody won? And Heyman gives him this really nasty side eye and says, I think you already know. So we all knew, they would kick Seth out, he'd be done. And why would you want to be in a group that would get rid of you, even though you're supposed to be the leader? I
That's
get
what I'm
it,
saying.
but
Like, why is he gonna stay there? Because maybe I think it happens after Survivor Series. I think Seth gets pinned and
ooh, at
War
War
Games.
Games, it could happen. I mean, it very well could happen. And this is kind of an issue right now. Like I said, with their focus
I know
being,
people and Brock Lesnar is just a controversial person right now,
yeah,
but Brock Lesnar being in War Games, this is more helpful than not to the match itself because this is what War Games is about. You want a fucking War Games, you put a beast incarnate in there. That's gonna give you a War Games.
it is crazy that he is agreeing or doing, if he does do the match. I mean, did not expect him to be involved in anything of the such because he really was so against, obviously, the hardcore match with Dean Ambrose, Moxley, and so many others types of incidents.
Maybe he's had a
and
change of
instances.
heart about wrestling.
Well, it's also different people, and it's not.
Well, he just seems like he's having
hardcore,
more
it's
fun
everything.
now.
Yeah, it seems to be. So, granted, we'll see what comes of it. But I am.
Do you like this version of Brock though, where he's just more funny, dancing, silly? Like,
yes and no. I mean, I was
Like,
tired of the Suplex City. Eat, sleep,
taking
conquer,
his ass on
repeat. And
SmackDown,
it's
right?
funny. Yeah,
After
it's
his
definitely
match, right?
funny. I don't hate it, but he's doing it while he's a heel still, so it's kind of a bit jarring to take.
Like when he was a babyface for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when he was shooting with Roman, that was better, I think.
Now, yeah, that's that bit of personality that he showed. That was coming to the ring with the freaking the bucket thing there. What do you call it? And flipping the ring up and all that shit at SummerSlam. And he had, the goddamn Brock party. And I hated that Money in the Bank win, though. Being there for that killed me. Alicia Taylor worked her ass off because Cena comes out to a raucous crowd. He grabs the camera from, I believe, Stu, and says, I'm going to shoot for you, and shows the entire audience from end to end. It's a full sellout. I believe they had over 14,000 strong. I know they said the numbers somewhere early on when they started. 13,683. Look at that. Full of stats, my friend. Cena just gets the best reception yet. Then we end up getting AJ Styles, getting probably the best introduction ever for him. Holy hell, was this well written and a great nod to both of their careers. And I genuinely feel like this is one that's really going to stand out, not just for fans, not just for all the fan service, but the dedication that these two have had to wrestling, what it means to them and what they mean to the fans is what's going to make this be part of their legacy for everlasting. We get the last real champion, John Cena. And thank you, Cena. The audience knowing their role, not shutting their mouth, on their feet. Then Taylor goes out and she says, we have the definition of total non-stop action. The ace and the undisputed boss of the Bullet Club. Too sweet. It's an honor as fans and my honor as an opponent to see if I can beat up John Cena one final time. He is the face that runs the place. The man that can. The phenomenal AJ Styles. The crowd.
I like his gear. That was a throwback to like 2005 TNA gear or something like that.
Yes. And the shorts, the color scheme, that alone got me hyped. Like I said, I was not an avid TNA watcher, admittedly, but I've since gone back
Like
and
my friend
relived
texted
this.
me, like, what the hell is he wearing? Did he get a gear change? I'm like, no, that's his TNA gear. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh wait, duh.
It
He
looked
thought it was like
it looked great on him too, and I've always liked the white and blue, the lighter colors. The crowd was chanting "Holy shit" before these two even locked up, and I like that they were 2-2 now. I mean, they had the 3 pay-per-view PLE matches. Then they had one more after that. So they were 2-2. So whoever won this one was the winner all time. And on top of it, there was this, obviously it's all about mutual respect and things, but it was bigger than just them facing each other. They really, really, really stressed the point of, I'm not going to have time to face all these other people still. And he threw in finishers and moves and nods and winks and fourth wall breaks. All of it created an amazing feeling for this pseudo main event, even though it was middle of the card. This was Cena's 100th PLE victory. I mean, you couldn't write a better story. And nowadays, you can't really fudge the numbers. People will go back and count. They will double check. And I said before, I didn't think he would make it in the year from where they were to where they, but I'm glad that he got the PLE victories. I mean, that's a hell of a thing. The only one above him is the Cater Taker. My wife's wrestled more than me. Shell McCool. She's got 3,000 PLE wins. Crazy. That's a legit
3,000.
number, too. Ask my lawyer. Now, should I, really quick, Kevin said, should Drew and Jacob be on this PLE? I say no. Everything they had on here strategically worked. Everything told the story or advanced something or did something well. And you wanted Rhea on the show, so you wouldn't replace the tag match. You want Bronson Reed, so you wouldn't replace that. You need the 2 main title matches, and then you got to have the Cena match. So unless you're adding one more, which typically we're only at 5, I say no. They can save that. My worry with Drew, I said this on the SmackDown review, and I've said it on Into Somewhere Weekly. I'll make it quick, but I'm worried about him being the new gatekeeper, the new Dolph Ziggler. Anytime somebody comes back, Aleister Black or, oh, Jacob Fatu's back, or somebody debuts, you know, they have to get through Drew. He's going to be that guy, you know, where he's going to put everybody over because he had such an amazing 2024. He had such great resurgence and character restructuring and advancements in his heel run that really elevated him to probably the biggest and best heel in the company last year. I would say he was a better heel than Roman through most of the bloodline stuff with how he was doing. Roman was just a conceited asshole. Drew was manipulative and evil on a whole deeper level than Roman, I feel like, and really wanted to hurt you emotionally, physically. You look at the bracelet that he had with Punk. Granted, I don't think it needed to be added to it. So I think this show worked with the card they had, thankfully. I'm adjusting shit and managing to, really go ahead and show Drew. Not only has he earned it for all the work he's put in, but he deserves it. And I feel like he's just been cast away to the side and been not forgotten about, but because there's people not on TV, there's people not getting TV time, but it's just not to the level. Oh, you like him. You want to say, yes, he is someone that's one of my favorites. I really enjoy him. Granted, I love that he won that Rumble in 2020. I was devastated that the world got shut down and the pandemic happened and he had to carry us through that era. He wasn't kicking or screaming either. He did it with as much tact and willful glee as he could. He was going to be your champion and he was going to be happy about it because guess what? He worked to get there. It's a dream come true. Mr. 3MB, who was a jobber and a side character and a basically nothing star, was now our champion that defeated Brock and Lesnar at that time. Holy hell. He eliminates him from the Rumble with the help of Rico, Twitter Ricky, and damn. So Drew has earned the fans' respect, adulation, praise, and deserves to be in the main event scene. This match I'm going to do the fine tooth comb with, because we saw so many holy shit moments. The fans demanded this match happen online, and we wanted it all year. Everybody's saying we want to see AJ. We want to see AJ. Now I'm concerned about AJ. You know, they're doing this weird "you guys don't respect me" angle on Raw. He's getting cut off. He's not able to cut promos, and he said this will kick ass. And it did kick ass, granted, but I think it's a little perplexing because he's not going to go against a Triple H character because he can't wrestle anymore. So who's he going to, what man in the suit is he going to go after? And where does AJ announced next year is his last year? 2026 is it for him. Does he get an entire retirement year? Does he get to have a big, you know, my time is now celebration too? Because he should. I hope so, but I'm not so sure. So
I think he will.
I hope so. AJ and John, like I said, before they even lock horns, holy shit chants, dueling chants, this is awesome. AJ Styles, let's go Cena. Cena sucks, but in the most loving way ever. Right away, Cena goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and Styles kicks it away. Comes back, hits him with a slam, then gets it. The "you can't see me." Cena follows up, hits him with a big AA, gets the first near fall at about 6 minutes in. And Styles did one hell of a move. What is it? I always forget. The Yushi Garashi or whatever the fuck you pronounce it. And then comes up and he's like, "Oh, my knee." Styles so good at selling throughout the entire thing. So I don't even remember how to pronounce it. I know Cole was like, my buddy Moro said it. What is it? Yushi Goroshi? I always forget. Cena then paying homage to The Miz. And so it begins. He does a skull-crushing finale. Gets a great near fall. Styles goes for a torture rack bomb. Great near fall. Styles hits a scorpion death drop for a near fall. Shouting out Sting. Got the torture rack for Luger, kind of, you know, with the bomb that he usually does, but still, I'm going to call it. Cole acknowledges, he's like,
okay,
hey.
Before we get into the rest of this match, I need your take on it. Because I just saw this on Twitter. Some people were complaining that this was just a finisher fest in a way, dedicated to other wrestlers.
It was, but they also, they threaded a great narrative in the entire match, and then also in between those finishers was still other moves and things, but it wasn't just stunner after stunner. Yes, they're finishers, but they didn't treat them exactly like such. And what's the difference if they were doing a spear and a suplex versus, you know, the skull crushing finale and the scorpion death drop? I feel like it works regardless. Had we just saw AA 500 times in a row and 9 Styles clashes, then I'd be like, all right, this was all the way they did it and using them like moves and what they did with them. I mean, we saw John Cena become Juan Cena and hit a 619. And it looked,
you know what's funny about Juan Cena?
Ridiculously amazing.
Michael Cole mentioned it on commentary, I believe.
He
too.
did so much on commentary from "You Are a Wanker" onwards.
He jokes about the Juan Cena thing because and I got his jokes because Mets also made it a thing with Juan Soto.
Mm-hmm.
So he was kind of playing up on that with Juan Soto because Juan Soto went on a hot streak and did the "you can't see me."
Yeah.
And also calls himself Juan Cena. That's a little funny.
That is funny. See, so making it all come right back around. Layers upon layers. It's like a good lasagna. Layers, not an onion.
You know what we need? We need John Cena versus Ron Cena versus Juan Cena. Hell, we even bring Braun Strowman back and he can be Bron Cena.
And then we can get Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Bronze Cena, you know?
Bron Cena, yes.
Mm-hmm. And the
plural. Who else got with that?
I mean, we'll keep going. We'll figure it out.
Dom Cena?
Yeah,
right?
Dom Cena.
He has that.
What if we get Nikki Bella back out there? Nikki Cena, just because?
You know?
Good. Can't see her,
this could be a great Saturday night's main event.
I'm all for it. That's going to be his finale. Forget Gunther. He's facing Nikki. Styles goes for the calf crusher. right? After
I was
getting
just
out of
throwing
the
that out there because
STFU. I
Michael
know.
Cole's a Mets fan, so he gave that.
Michael Cole did amazing work with Wade Barrett in this match, and they called everything to a T. You know, they that's what I'm saying. Like, they actually said the names of these moves and brought up people. Like, right here, Cena is in the calf crusher, encounters it into the walls of fucking Jericho. Cole calls it the walls of Jericho.
Someone who will be coming back, by the way. I think it's
Maybe. I mean, they could just be paying homage, but I feel like Jericho's going to be in the Rumble. We've heard many, many rumblings, so I hear, I see. Let's Y2J chance breaking out. Gets him back into the calf crusher. Should be who?
Speaking about old timers coming back, it should be a crime though. Speaking about Cena, but Edge isn't gonna be facing him.
Yeah, I know.
If you're gonna do anything, is Chris Jericho still under contract with AEW?
I believe so. I believe until the end of the year.
I think he would. If it's up before Saturday Night's main event, I think Jericho's even a better opponent than Gunther. I'm not saying that in a it would be a better match. I'm just talking about because Cena's, for the most part, his retirement tour has been runbacks. That's why you've seen Orton, Punk, Lesnar, etc. And he's had little histories with
who's
Jericho.
been people knew that he faced. I mean, besides Logan Paul, I feel like that's it.
Yeah, Logan shouldn't have been on there.
I'd actually see. I don't mind Logan getting a huge match. Logan almost, you know, he had a WWE title shot against Roman, and now you get him and Logan. Like, this is good for Logan. Gets him a big match history that's able to be, you know, compared to, and that was a great match, and they pulled out all the stops there, and they had a lot of
Cena's
memorable
matches
things.
have been good ever since that stinker at WrestleMania. I think they've been like tolerable.
Yeah. But I actually went back to, since Mania, I've not watched it again until yesterday evening. I went back in fast forward, but I watched John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, the heel versus the face. And it was unfortunate because you can see the way the match is laid out with hindsight, all coming down to Travis Scott.
Do you think the in-ring match was bad too, or is it because how much disappointment we had about The Rock?
All of the above. So the match in the ring kind of was like, it led to just finishers, like you said before, and on top of it, it came down to Fiend and Travis Scott. Fiend. He wasn't The Rock. People were expecting The Rock to be at Mania. Even though The Rock said no, they still thought he'd be there. The Rock says definitely no. And they're like, oh, he's definitely going to be there. And The Rock's like, no. And people still believed it. And then Monday morning, they were like, is he coming to Raw? And they did the interview with Pat and was like, not happening. So their SummerSlam match was great. But this one, the flow, the pacing, the structure, like the producer of that match, it was just, it was destined to be terrible. The fans didn't want to boo Cena, so that was part of it. They were still cheering John. They wanted to see him get the 17th victory, but they wanted to see a match, and we never really got the match. It was about Travis coming in, the ref being out, and the ankle. So I don't know. It just, the icing on the shit cake on was definitely Travis, and him coming out so slowly, saunters to the ring, and he's going to be the one that takes out Cody. Like, his 80-pound soaking wet ass is the one to beat Cody Rhodes. Like, his involvement was totally inferior. But they booked themselves into this because they had The Rock. If The Rock was not there and didn't do the whole give me your soul thing, I would have still done the heel turn without The Rock, without Travis Scott.
Did
Cody,
you see the clip?
Yeah. No, which clip?
The post show. Triple H was talking, and then they started chanting, "We want Edge." And then he said, "You can't get that." And then they started singing Edge's theme song while he was talking.
That's funny. No, I didn't see that yet.
Here,
Go
I'll send
figure.
it to you.
I'll have to check that out. And hey, all right, relax you. It's not going to stop if she comes in. So granted, I just wanted, something more from that match, and we didn't get it. So this, however, they continue on and they're killing it. We got the calf crusher reverse. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome." Cena gets back into the STFU, and he basically gives it up when Styles gets towards the ropes. Cena basically gets up, but AJ hits him with a big kick, gets a Styles clash. Almost a 3 count there. Really close late kick out. Fight Forever chant followed. Styles is going for the phenomenal forearm, but Cena catches him, kisses his forehead, hits him with the Sister Abigail. What a near fall. The crowd
See, I would have
loved
done this
this.
as the finish. I would have done this as maybe like the final homage finish over the tombstone.
Yeah, if I was going to end the match, I would have done it with this and have the Fireflies out.
Because
and-
they ended it with the tombstone, right?
Yeah. Barrett goes, "We miss you, Bray." Or Barrett, he's like, "Bray, we miss you, pal." The fans have the Fireflies out, and Cena just kind of looks up, and the fans are chanting, "Thank you, Wyatt." And Cena kind of has like a moment where it hits him. He's got a little spark of a tear in his eye, and you see him look up, and he goes, and he just takes it all in, like we see right here, right now. It's like, why the fuck you crying so damn loud? I'm not crying, you're crying. This just got better and better. Styles then hits the angel wings. Holy fuck. For a near fall. Haven't seen that quite a while. Where do we go from here? I'm trying to this is where Cena goes for the pedigree, and then Styles hits him with the dead eye, I guess shouting out Hangman. And maybe that's a nod to Punk, right? But Styles, he hits a great draping DDT. And, I was like, all right, that's cool. And then Cena goes into the Viper's pose and hits him with an RKO. Loved that. Barrett's like, "I don't want this to ever end. Fight forever." Like he was going nuts. And Styles avoids the punt kick and then hits him with his own AA.
Bringing out that 09 Orton.
Right? Now we got another massive fight chant. Wade Barrett's lost his mind. He's freaking out. Now Michael Cole's like, "I've got goosebumps. And I'm not a bald fraud." Styles does the "you can't see me," but Cena grabs him by the throat, choke slams him. And he's like, "The Phenom almost took out the Phenomenal One." I loved that call. It wasn't "for the love of all mankind." Like it was just, can't overstate it, just perfect. The Phenom almost took out the Phenomenal One. What a way to just touch on the moment, the history, the homage of it, and to keep it still like in the seriousness of it. Like you're still like, oh, you almost got him. So that's when Cena trips him and he's against the ropes. We get the Juan Cena 619 attempt, but Styles cuts him off, hits him with a clothesline, and he gets a big springboard 450, and he kind of overshoots a little bit, but then you got Cena clutching at his leg now. Styles, he's tuning up the band, goes, hits a sweet friggin' chin music. I mean, nails it perfect. Click, click, boom. Love it. Takes the elbow pad off, gets out the ropes, hits the Phenomenal Forearm. And I'm like, maybe they're going to give it to him because you figure sweet chin music, Phenomenal Forearm. And I thought Cena was going to like catch him with the Phenomenal and put him in the 8. But another near fall, and such a near fall. This one was close. I mean, they would have had to been like, no, it was
this
2.
Got me. No,
This
Did
was
Cena kick out late? Or
I don't know if the ref just. I have to go back and see. I don't know if the ref stopped a second earlier. It looked like it was a 3 count, and John just got it like 2.99999 tenths, and just maybe he got it at 3, and the ref was a little delayed at 3.01. But it was a successful late kick out. Cena gets up and hits an AA out of fucking randomness into somewhere. We have our 9th, I think, "This is awesome" chant. The crowd going ballistic at this point in time. I don't know how else to state it. Like, it's just been so good. And Cena gets up. He gets Styles and he puts him on top of the turnbuckle. Cena goes to the middle of the rope and he tries to get AJ on his shoulders, but Styles is fighting. He's fighting. And now AJ dives at Cena, but Cena rolls through it, hits Styles with a fucking tombstone pile driver. My God. And Dead Man, like we said
That's why I
earlier,
said,
he tweeted it out. He was proud.
That's why I said if you were going to end with someone else's finisher, should have been Bray's.
So Cena then hoists him up and hits the AA, makes the cover. Michael Cole tells him, rest in peace, as we hear the bell ring for the 3 count. This was a
That's why it should have been
27-minute
Sister
match.
Abigail, then.
I agree entirely. I don't think there should have been another AA after it either. I think he should have hit the Sister Abigail, but that's such a nitpick on Nitpick Central because we're trying to find something to be like constructive criticism about. Got to criticize it somehow, but 5 stars, folks. I mean, how do you argue against that? They earned it here. It wasn't all just finishes. There was psychology. They're using the moves that they had been beaten by that they know would take out their opponent when theirs didn't cut it. Styles Clash didn't do it. The Phenomenal Forearm didn't do it. The AA, the STFU. Time to whip out everything we know. Pedigrees, choke slams, pile drivers, Sister Abigail's, whatever you can do. 619s and 450s galore. Hoo hoo, ha ha. Get it all, baby. This is why I love professional wrestling. It's not just the heart-pounding, racing, adrenaline-pumping spectacle of sports entertainment that we got to witness, but also all of those fans witnessing a moment. John's last PLE. John, essentially, because he's going to do Saturday night's main event, but this is his last PLE itself. He'll do Survivor Series, well, overseas, I'm saying, not PLEs altogether, last international. So this is the last crowd to see him internationally for PLEs. That's it. His 100th win, no more outside the U.S. He's got 4 dates left. So he's got Survivor Series, the 2 Raws, and the last one, which Saturday night's main event, I never considered that a PLE. That's Saturday night's main event, but it is going to be on Peacock. No commercial breaks. That's cool. They got to see the last international Cena match, and they got one of the best of his year. This would come number 1 for me. Number 2 would be SummerSlam. It was great. It was absolutely great. And all the homage was stellar. It didn't feel like schlock. It didn't feel silly. It didn't feel undeserving. Like I said, all of the logistics behind it. Like, I gave you my best early. I couldn't take you out, so I'm gonna hit you with everything I know, even the kitchen sink. I'm gonna whip it all out. And I like that they didn't go nuts with balloons and streamers. And this is his 100th premium live event that he's won. And oh my God! But this is awesome. It's a hell of an achievement. 100 wins on pay-per-view, not just TV, Raw, SmackDown, Heat, Velocity, all the shows that he's been on. Main event, we've had John all over the place, but 100 pay-per-view premium live event wins is just, it's something. It's a hell of a statistic that likely is not going to be topped for a long time to come. I wonder what Roman's at and a few others, but please go back and watch this. It was hilarious in the best way. All of it was just damn good, fully entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I cannot say it enough.
Me too.
I'm sure you agree with the 5 stars, but like I said, The Miz, Jericho,
100%.
Wyatt. Oh, he did the Accolade. I didn't even bring that up. I mean,
he did do the Accolade. Yes,
I forgot about that entirely. I'm trying to do most of this from memory because I didn't take down great notes. I was really
He tried to do the 619
inundated.
for Dominic.
Yeah, not for anybody else, just for the only Mysterio,
Yep.
Dominic.
The greatest Mysterio.
Somebody,
You can catch my drift.
I did. I got your drift. The only one. This right here I see on Twitter is pretty damn great. Let me go ahead and not fuck up everything and drag every file in here. Here we go. Look at that. That is every homage made in this match between the two. That's great to see. Really cool there. This was just a ton of fun, and I really like what they gave us. I'm very thankful, and I think it's just damn cool. Granted, I'm worried that it's going to be hard to compete with and top this going forward. I know we said we're talking about it afterwards. We'll speculate on the other few, but I don't know if they'll be able to live up with the rest of the retirement tour after what we got today. So we'll see what happens. You need to go back and watch John Cena and AJ Styles. If you did see it, go back and watch it again. Because, like I said, game over.
And again and again and again and again.
I don't know how you're going
to
compete with that one, but they tried. As we get into the next match here, our fourth match of the evening, we've got a match that a lot of people were looking forward to, and I myself included was looking forward to it, but I feel like the Cena match, I guess they needed a cool down in between Rhea and, was going to get that spot, and that's unfortunate for them. I would have put Cena's match, since nobody came out and did anything in the main event that there wasn't a Lesnar, there wasn't any major interference, I would have had Cena close the show. I don't know if people agree. I know they're trying to put over the Crown Jewel champion, but so the women's title is supposed to be on the same ground as the men's, but they're putting the men's on the main event. They did that last year too.
Here's my thing with that then. If it's so important, why can one of those titles be defended in the middle of the show, but the other has to main event?
Yeah. Was it better than SummerSlam between Cody and Cena? I think this one beat that. As much as that was really good, I feel like that one got a little bit finisher heavy. Like they did, the 3 AAs, the 3 Crossroads, the Super, they had to, and it was like, oh, the Avalanche Super Crossroads, and they had to keep doing more and more. And as we're with this, it's like, I didn't just hit you with my finisher 100 times. I hit you with everybody's because mine wasn't putting you away. I like that if you didn't know the other wrestlers, you could be, per se that they're paying respect to, but you just know of them. Oh, they're hitting that move, that. Like, I feel like there's something in it for everybody, whether you're a long-term fan or not, because you're going to see a damn good match regardless if you're not getting all the wall breaks and the references. But commentary did a great job painting that picture very well too, and letting people know like, hey, this is this is that. All in all, I think this match, I don't say far exceeds Cody and Cena by any means, but this was really enjoyable, and I can't say that enough. And Cena's final year has been heartbreakingly confusing. We got that incredible heel turn. We witnessed that all the way back at the Elimination Chamber in the Dome in Toronto. I can't get over.
Did they put the chamber there?
They did. They put the chamber in the Dome in Toronto. And I worry that this is going to be hard to top. This might have been, and some people said in the chat, this had more false finishes than my sex life. I feel you there, Stuart. This was right there, and I feel like this really could have been the night, the end, the conclusion to Cena's career, and no one would have said anything bad about it. I feel like, fans want Edge, they want others. I don't know that we'll get Edge. And speaking of,
there's going to be a lot of different ones.
Cooler this time, but everything's been off the chart. Town have been enjoying it here.
They're singing.
A few days now, swimming with dolphins.
Cody sending us that clip. Thank you, bud. The post-show crowd is just still singing Edge's music.
I want to thank Tourism West
That's great.
Australia for bringing us here again. We've had an amazing partnership.
That's hilarious. Retweeting that on
They
Twitter.
gotta get it done, no?
I
Quite a few years between us.
There have been
and
discussions.
UFC.
AEW have been willing to loan out Edge, but they said they want WWE to mention it's Adam Copeland from AEW, and WWE aren't willing to do that. Now, we heard that story previous as well with, I forget.
I think that's fine, but can you
I
say
forget
known
what
as
and
Edge to
where.
us?
I would say both. Yeah, I don't remember when they did that. I think it was Billy Gunn and the Hall of Fame. Maybe they wanted, and WWE was like, "Yeah, no, we're not going to say from AEW."
And
so.
I think the Hall of Fame is a different scenario. This is like someone that he had a career with, grew up with in the business, basically.
Well,
like
I
maturing.
don't think the
and
Hall
so,
of Fame
like,
is much different because you're still both are honoring the legacy of a wrestler and
That's fair.
you're celebrating their achievements in and out of the ring with their characters. DX as a whole, like you're missing one of the main units there. You don't have your badass Billy Gunn, who's going to tell everybody to suck it. Triple H, it's not as good as Billy Gunn's doing it. Triple H, oh, let's get ready to suck it. Are you ready to suck it? No, at least Billy Gunn, you ain't down with that. We got 2 words for you. He always had that energy, that drive, that passion. Triple H, let's get ready to suck it.
So they wanted him as Adam Copeland, or did they want to
As
mention
Adam
AEW?
Copeland from AEW.
But
Legitimacy.
can they make
It was on
let
Twitter.
them know?
but we've heard this before, which lends credence. So the crowd would
Can
make
they
that
mention
match
him as
amazing.
Edge at all, or they cannot?
I'm
reference him as
assuming they
Edge?
can because they have the copyright. That's why AEW can't. So WWE certainly can. The only reason
Yeah, that's
AEW
what I'm-
can't
but
is because they don't have the
Will
copyright.
AEW allow them to mention him as Edge?
I don't think they have a choice because WWE owns it. So I think they would
But
probably have to introduce him Adam Edge Copeland. I just don't foresee it happening. I would love it if it did. It would be great, and what a surprise. I mean, think about it. The thing about
John Cena's been pushing for that. I know. for
I know
sure.
he has, and there's been rumblings about it with backstage politicking as well. So I don't know the legitimacy of it, but I saw a few supposed texts from behind the scenes that were saying wrestlers were trying to convince people from the other side to talk to other officials to make this happen. So, people that work in one company but might be married to somebody in another
Who else did
company.
they want that one time that they wanted
Catching.
AJ Styles for a match in return?
That was TNA, right? I
Uh,
believe with the
I believe
Slammiversary.
AEW did. I believe they wanted someone else for something. I believe
Maybe,
they wanted
but-
AJ.
AJ was supposed to wrestle at Slammiversary and then they didn't. But I've also heard that he might return to TNA in this, because I said that jokingly. It was kind of like a prediction, like, oh, does he feel slighted by WWE? And he's like, I'm going back to TNA where I'm respected and loved. But yeah, the best part about AEW, you can use your wrestling name, any wrestling company compared to WWE. Yeah, so there is that. I don't know that the legalese of it all. I can't foresee AEW allowing him to come here. It'd be great if they did, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Granted, I would like to be, but I'm not. We'll see what happens with the rest of John Cena. So now Rhea Ripley gets a hero's welcome, of course. Her and Io taking on the
What did you
Kabuki
think
Warriors.
of this match overall?
This was a good match. It was entertaining. It was fun. At times, it felt like a little bit of something I felt like I would see on Raw. That's the only comment I'll give to it. It was
So
good
you felt
throughout.
like it was a Raw match?
It was entertaining throughout, but I never felt like it really got to the next level. Nor did I think part of it also was twofold, 2 reasons. One, I really heavily, truthfully believed from the get-go that Rhea would not lose in Australia. Maybe Bronson could, but not Rhea. And they were going to have her go over strong. So the second side of it, part 2, is one, foregone conclusion. I never believed the Kabuki Warriors had a chance. Second part of it, I believe that the Kabuki Warriors were going to have issues in the fact of Asuka would either leave Kairi for dead or something in those regards. So I already felt like the crowd really knew like this never had a chance of going any way but the faces. And even more so, it was about the story of Kairi Sane getting killed and Asuka avoiding the ass beating at the end. Like that's Kairi Sane was destroyed, and that's what Cole even said. Blind faith in your leaders will get you killed. And Kairi Sane was destroyed. So, I mean, she was destroyed at the end there. She got hit by a big boot, and then Ripley gets her on it back inside the ring, hits her with a massive riptide. When she lands on this riptide, Kairi hits so hard that she bounces off the mat and comes back down by the impact. You don't often see that. Usually somebody's laid out flat and steady. Not here. So she got walloped with that one. Meanwhile, Io's already up for the moonsault and lands on her with a little bit of her shins and knees and the rest in the belly, and that had to hurt too. Cole, like I said, announces the winners. There we go. It was a good match. I would say again in that 3.5 star territory. Was not disappointing. It was about 20 minutes, more than enough time.
I think that's a fair match rating. It was like what you would call a TV match that was great.
Yes, I agree, because there was a point where so Rhea drops Asuka. She hits her with a big kick, and she tags herself in finally, and she's powering up, and it looks like she's got Kairi. She picks her up, she puts her on her shoulders, and that's when Io's going to come off the top rope, kind of like a doomsday device ish, and that's when Asuka basically trips Io, and then Sane basically rolls up Rhea for the 2 count. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, they, but then after that, I feel like it was just about Asuka. If she wasn't directly involved going for the pin, it was more about her like slipping away and throwing Kairi to the wolves. And I get why, but I mean, Rhea basically put Asuka on her shoulders, drops her face first onto the top turnbuckle. Great spot. And she pulls Asuka onto the ropes while she's sitting on the top rope, and then she sets her up for a riptide, and that's when Kairi tags in, as we said, and she kicks Asuka out, and then they beat the shit out of Kairi. So 3.5 stars.
3.5 stars is a proper rating for this match, honestly.
I was less interested in the match and more interested in the aftermath of the story. So the family is broken up. Kairi is now going to be severely punished for losing by Asuka. I mean, she slapped the taste out of her mouth the other day just for, a minor infraction in Asuka's eyes. What is she going to do? Because she's got to do something big to make you upset for Kairi and angry at Asuka. So I'm expecting something pretty vicious, to be honest with you. I think Asuka's going to snap, and maybe she does something where like she fake breaks her arm, or you know what I mean? Maybe not, because they don't take her to action, but she wants to do something like massive, I envision. If not, then they really screwed the pooch here, because they had Asuka look so intimidatingly insane the other day with running mad with power. Makes you wonder. So all in all, I genuinely think the story is well told. We're going to see how Rhea and Io continue to coexist, while Asuka likely is going to try and make their lives a living hell. We'll see if anybody else joins Asuka as rumored. That's interesting too. And what else happens from there. Then we get the Crown Jewel Championship back on a podium in the middle of the ring. Thought it was in the Batcave in Saudi. I don't know.
Me too.
My wife wears it on dates. Oh, that makes sense. Now, Braun Breaker.
Is he always around?
He always in catering. These two are already instructed, as we made mine to earlier, and we go ahead and we were already told Seth Rollins, he's doing it on his own. The Bronze, fuck out of Dodge.
What does the cater think about Ben? Do they get
That
along?
old man should have rested in peace years ago. Run.
Poor Ben.
I know, Kevin, but life sucks, and then you die. Or you move on and get healthy. So, WWE
Fair.
Champion World heavyweight champion, excuse me. I keep fucking up the world in WWE. Terrible. Terrible. World heavyweight champion, Seth Rollins. WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Crown Jewel champion, to be determined. So I was trying to think, but I'm wrong about that because Cody won last year, obviously with the men's, but he had the WWE championship. I said, oh, isn't that interesting? Because this year both world champions won. I was like, was it the same for last year? But no. But it is kind of cool that from the women's side, it's always been the women's world champion. So there's kind of like a SmackDown can't keep up with Raw kind of thing here, as where the other side is 1-1. With the men's, with the women, it's all Raw, all world. And I don't know, I'm all about it. So far we got, and it's funny that Nia and Tiffy lost when they were together, you know, just little things to look back on with some humor. But
if you're the women's world champion, you're automatically getting that.
You're getting that crown jewel belt ring.
Yeah. That's what we call it, right?
Yeah, belt ring. Seth,
belt ring.
Cody. Seth's a wanker chant. Seth comes out looking like a total. I mean, I thought that his wife was dressing him, but no, he picks out his wife's clothes. Oh. That's what happens here. So, and then he wears whatever he picks out from her closet, like he mix and matches. I do appreciate that he was equipped with the crown jewel cock ring. No, that he went ahead and had pieces of his other attires from the previous matches that he had with Cody. He had, you know, from the Hell in a Cell, the polka dots that he had on. He had the stripes from the other match that they had. So at least the one from Raw, he had a piece of that on. Granted, damn delivery man. Seth's a wanker going out loud right in the early on. And it's great introductions. Alicia Taylor is doing the in-ring again. Seth takes his time. He's going to remove his jacket and get in there. And Cody's just watching him the whole point. We get, Wade Barrett saying, Rollins, look at that. He's got some polka dots. And then he started chuckling as they chanted the Seth's a wanker chant because he made note of that on SmackDown. They got this match underway, and it was all about getting into the head of Seth. We felt like, you know, Cody was deep into the agitated and angry Seth Rollins. The fans are singing Cody's name. They're doing the full-on chant that we love. We get the Cody Onidi, Cody Rhodes Onidi. And listen here. Right, Codester? Great chant.
Yeah, good chant.
Great chant. This again was a damn good match, but it wasn't different to what I've seen from them before. At least with Cena, like their first match wasn't great, so the second match had somewhere to go. Seth and Cody have had 3 really great matches, and I gotta give it to you. Now knowing, you know, and going back, it's like, all right, so the first Mania, that one stands out so great. The Hell in a Cell one, and then one in between. So now,
where I tore my,
yeah.
Well, how did that happen? Remember, I was in your basement and you told me to do this like exercise.
Yeah, well, I figured I
Then
didn't know
gave
you
me
didn't
this.
I didn't know you didn't stretch
it was-
before. I was like, yeah, bend over, touch your toes, and hold your breath. And you're like, what? And you just tensed up too hard. And, I mean, cramp city, but you're still limping a little, but you'll be fine. Even Milo knows
That's
Seth
what
is a
happened.
wanker.
That's
Agreed.
why I got the cramps.
Yeah, all those muscle relaxers I fed you'll fix it. You'll be good as rain.
But I didn't even get cramps where I tore.
Yeah, see,
Like,
that's
you
the
know?
muscle relaxers. Exactly. You know?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
but
weird.
I got them elsewhere.
Wow. Did you get a vertebraker? Because that's what Cody hit Seth with. And you got a little Shane Helms
I did hit
call
that.
out there. I loved it.
Yeah.
Then you power slammed Rollins to set up a beautiful disaster kick. I genuinely thought that this was probably one of your best. No, honestly, this disaster kick looks so fucking clean that I actually think it hit him. It had to have.
I think it had to hit him. Yeah, I
Did
saw
you-
that on
did
screen.
you-
I'm like, ooh.
It looked like it hurt. You grazed him. So Cody obviously goes and bionic elbows him, and
Yes, I did.
we got a good suicide dive, and Cody gets a cutter for a near fall. You
didn't even know I could do that.
I didn't. You go for the crossroads, but Rollins, he's a slippery bastard. He gets away, sneaks out of there. Little slippery.
Yeah,
This is where Rollins himself hits a pedigree and gets a really near 2 count. It was kind of
I
funny.
had to kick out of that. You thought I was going out there?
You saw the fans during the match really not react to any of you or Seth's near falls. It was kind of funny. Like they knew.
Yeah.
You saw like as we're the Cena match and others like that 1, 2, oh, then and the kick out, and as we're with this, it's like a pedigree. You knew that wasn't going to be the finish, but they really knew it wasn't the finish yet. So the fans, as much as they were into the main event, they knew Seth was going to win, and they were not happy like we were not happy that Cody was going to lose.
They didn't have any faith in me at all.
Not much. They kind of knew that Seth was going to walk the floor with you because that's the name of the game.
Why'd you find me though? I lost 1 match against the guy, and now you fucking find me and
Well,
say I
you
embarrassed
broke
the podcast.
you broke
I embarrassed
the
Banana
crowd's
Club, our
heart.
sponsors.
You broke
I'm sorry.
the crowd's heart. All the sponsors don't add up to a broken heart of the audience. You break their heart, they leave us. What are we going to do? We don't have
Wasn't
the
my
Thunderdome.
fault, okay?
All right. We don't have access to that.
We
We'll
have
have to,
another dome.
we'll have to move to Canada, open up a studio in Toronto,
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
Can we put the chamber in it?
and kidnap Spaz. Granted,
Why'd you say that on air? That was our.
that's our long running goal, huh? That's our big plan. Get you and me, we'll move, and we'll live in Spaz's basement. I'm loving it.
Until he admits Canada's the 51st state.
That's why we're moving there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, you basically saw another pedigree and a stomp, and that was a kick out near fall. That this is awesome. Oh, I like that idea. You have a proposed match in the chat. So you and DJ taking on each other for the Saudi blood money on the line. Cody
Hey,
O'Needy
why not?
Rhodes. Cody O'Needy Rhodes. I'm liking it,
Who would you
Codester.
root for, Jake? Who would you root for?
I don't know. I think I'd have to be impartial since I have to be the referee for that one. Into somewhere I
You're
can't
gonna be the ref.
Oh, I'm inserting myself in that one. Don't worry. I could be unbiased. You want me to be biased? You do, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah,
Let me talk to you.
you
Listen,
know it.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. You just relax. I'll take care of everything.
But you would have to
Did I
fight a
raise
main
you yet?
event talent.
Huh? Huh?
You know.
Yeah? Working it up? Huh?
You know. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're
You don't
almost in the
want
mood to
none of
suck my
this.
dick. Yeah, I'm getting you.
What?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Whoa!
Oh, pause.
Whoa there.
Speaking of, Rollins lines up,
Fire Cody.
goes
What
to
did
the
I do
middle
now?
rope. You lost. Right
Oh
here.
yeah, I did lose.
Seth
Fuck, I
goes
forgot.
to the middle rope. Cody stands up and he hits him with a stomp. And you know why this worked? Because he had to cheat to beat you. He used the watch. That was a gift from you from WrestleMania 40 for being his shield. He needed a shield
Fucking
from
use it
Roman.
on me?
He did. And damn. I mean, the fans were singing your name. They were going nuts. They thought you had it for a second. You did make them believe, as much as they knew in their mind that Seth had this one. For a second, you made them believe. You know how? You get up to the top rope and you grab and drag him with you after Rollins hit you with a fucking vicious Spanish fly and Uranagi slam. You manage to get up. Rollins' arm is hurt, you think. He's selling it. And you get the damnedest top rope avalanche crossroads. So as much as the fans thought that Seth was winning, as soon as you hit that, as soon as you got that, the fans sang your name. Cody Oneidi Rhodes.
I like that. I believe in Oneidi. That's a new thing.
Oh, I'm going to get that
Because
set up.
if I have to face Liz for anything, it's an automatic W.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. You might get your ass kicked. We got to see. I mean,
If what? I would have had to be paralyzed before the match happened.
Name and he appears.
I believe in Oneidi. I believe in Oneidi.
'Cause you love him in love.
Works perfect.
Yeah.
So
This
I
Paul,
think it's
sexy
great.
bastard, amazing.
He just
This is
knows.
fucking great.
He just knows.
He knows ball.
He just knows. He knows. And you know what? The crowd thought they knew that Seth was winning, but you sold it. That avalanche crossroads, they're like, oh my God, the ref bump. There's no one to count the pin. That's it. You think Cody has it win, visual pinfall, but no.
So here's where I
Rollins
can
gets
find
up.
you.
And he hits
You
you with the
didn't run in?
watch. I can't.
You didn't run in and
So here's the thing.
oh yeah, you.
I can't run, dipshit. And
You didn't.
they don't allow
wheelchair your way
scooters.
out
No,
there?
no, they don't. They didn't have any more handicap parking, and they don't allow scooters in the arena. I couldn't scoot my ass around there. I tried.
You're correct. I don't know Jack. Who? Jack Mate Perry? Jack.
Mehoff. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
They
I
had a
think Jack's
shot
about
of
right.
me trying to get into the arena on my scooter. I can do a recreation for you because they won't give me the footage. But here's me on my little scoot. See, there I am. There I am trying to get in. You know, it's like, hey, I'm coming to save you. I'm coming
might do
to save
gaming content,
I'm coming to
but
save you, Cody.
listen.
And then they wouldn't let me in. They were like, "Cut." Nope.
So Liz just said, at least I do gaming content. But the thing is, I think the audience is
Oh.
more interested in me saying I'm going to do gaming content than you actually doing yours. So thank you.
Shots are
for
called.
my-
Look at this. I can even turn myself around. See, now I'm over this way.
back
and
to
then-
the match.
Look at this. I can flip around again. It's animated. Woo, yeah. Scoot and Jake. Do the boot scoot. Riot. Riot. As you get a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Your shoulders are down. You've been pinned. Just like possibly Liz would pin you 1, 2, 3. You got destroyed.
I mean,
29 minutes and 45 seconds later.
I'm not trying to make any excuses, but the ref was down during one of those things. I got hit with a weapon.
Watch.
Come on.
He hit you with the Tolex.
That I fucking
It's a
gifted him.
Timu.
What the
Yeah, I know.
fuck?
Well, you gave him a Tolex. It's a Timu Rolex. What'd you expect? Of course, it's going to be made of Play-Doh and dirt. But the rocks that were in there instead of jewels, that's what got you. So that's what hurt. The watch takes you down. This is a 4-star match. It really is. This was good. And they managed at the last minute to maybe make you believe, and they do the ref bump.
And Oneidi.
So you're like, and then that you knew what was coming. So the ref comes down and we get the finish. And we tried to believe in Cody Oneidi Rhodes, but the Codester, you couldn't kick out. Almost 30
Sorry.
minutes. I would not have taken a single solitary, minute, tiny fucking second from the John Cena match. But this one being just 10 or 15 seconds sub of 30 minutes, I would have cut 5 minutes off of this, made it 25 minutes, and given the ladies 5 minutes more. Because Stephanie and Tiffany really needed that other 5 minutes. They just got into what I felt like was like the second act, the next gear. And then it's like, oh, spinal tap, it's over. Spiral tap, whatever you want to call it. Spinal tap.
I
we
think
go
they needed to have
on.
an interference somehow, like if it was Austin Theory, Drew.
Yeah.
Maybe
4 stars.
Rock.
I would give this
4 stars
show
is good.
top to bottom like an 8.5, honestly.
Liz is the Lesnar of the community.
Oh, I don't know about that. Unless she's going to eat, sleep, destroy Cody, repeat. That would be dangerous.
Stewart
Beat me to death with a plastic cricket bat.
Wow. And then Paul's like laughing my fucking ass off. Liz is taking all the competitors. And
She's taking on
Liz
everybody.
says, excuse me, Cody, I 100% agree with you. I think the Judgment Day is the greatest faction of all time. Liv Dom is the greatest couple of all time. Dominic Mysterio is the greatest Mysterio. The king of the luchadores. He is the greatest everything. Wow. Liz, that was very passionate of you to say. I mean,
It's a beautiful thing to share. I mean, here I can go ahead and scoot my way back out of the review as we go ahead. What is your final score, my friend? Well, let me turn around. We got to go back to the entrance.
I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. I was at an 8.5, so that's a great feeling for the both of us. I mean, WWE may not be firing on all cylinders like it was at the Mania 40 time, but it's still good. There are things to enjoy. Yes, there's a lot of just focus on moments and not a ton all the time of not even long-term storytelling, but storytelling. But at least they're seemingly getting more involved. Everything today had story to it and then was developing or moving towards something else. If you want to say the only match that didn't have story to it would have been the women's crown jewel match itself. Stephanie, you know, that she is the brand new champ. She's got to prove herself. Tiffany's been the champ. She's trying to remain dominant. Like, that's kind of the story in itself, but everyone else had actual stories to go off of. Io is being betrayed by the Kabuki Warriors. Obviously, the Vision destroying Cody and everybody else's life. Same thing with Roman and Bronson. And, you know, everything we got early on with AJ, all the history that they have. And, you know, yeah, that's all 5. So I absolutely feel comfortable giving this. I mean, some people I see 9, some people I see 7. I'm curious. Let me know your rating in the chat, everybody. 9 out of 10, 7.5. Crown Jewel at an
Stuart
8.
said 8. 7.5. Liz said 0 out of 10.
Let's check Twitter here. We got a 7. We got a 4. That's interesting. We've got a 2 out of 5. So that'd be a 4 out of 10. Twitter not as happy as YouTube, it seems. But I mean, that's the post-show crowd still singing Cope's theme over there. Now, like we said before, we have been hearing pretty consistently that War Games, no John Cena, no rematch with Lesnar. John Cena at Survivor Series, supposedly, allegedly, possibly, is taking on, I mean, and I think that's great. I love it. Are you excited? You are?
Yes, I am indeed excited.
I know
shots
you are.
fired. I don't see any shots fired.
Ah!
Again, Liz, I get you're passionate. We have to get back to the review, though. She's like,
Oh, no. Review's
I
over. We're
100%
on to
do
the
agree
news
with you.
section.
You see that, though?
I do.
Cody, I 100% agree with you. She said it again.
Yeah.
She said Liv Dom is the greatest couple of all time. They are the money makers of WWE right now. Judgment Day is top dog. Wow.
Yeah, 8 out of 10
And
from you, 8.5 from me. I feel like that's fair for Crown Jewel. They really gave us a solid, concise,
I'm ready to see Dom
consistently
beat Cena.
entertaining. Yes, we're getting Dominic Mysterio and John Cena. I think Dom is losing. I don't see them doing anything with Liv yet, or maybe they'll do the Judgment Day stuff later on with Liv, but this seems to be just John gets there to face Dom. John's never had the IC title, so why would you not give it to Mr. 17-time world champ? Kind of seems ridiculous not to. And from what I heard beforehand, tentatively, John was supposed to keep one of the titles until the last opponent, being Gunther. We had heard this back early on when John first turned heel that Gunther would likely be facing him at the Saturday night's main event show towards the end. And I kind of didn't buy into it, but Gunther had the title belt still. So it was like, all right, maybe at that time he's world champs. Maybe they do like a champ versus champ thing or something. Alas, that's not the case. And I'm so happy Cena wasn't the champ for this one, because him taking on Seth and him taking on Cody, it was great. Like, we don't need to do it again. I much happier of them going ahead and having fun with AJ. That was so entertaining and much better than what we would have gotten either one of those matches. So I'm elated that that's what we got there. I'm thankful that they didn't go crazy overthinking these things, and they gave us consistently the best show they could. I think Cena beats Dom. He takes the IC title. They have a great match, and then John will have one more match after that. And that's it. And I think that's when he goes to face Gunther and retires losing. He puts Gunther over, and Gunther has the IC title. Again, not the most exciting ending, certainly, but not the worst either. Yeah, we were playing that before. The We Want Edge and Metalingus crowd going nuts at the post show. We were playing that before on air. Great to hear the crowd singing along.
I want to thank Tourism again. We've had an amazing partnership with
Love
them
it.
now for quite a few years between us and UFC.
Can't ignore that. Can't be like, we want Cross. Oh, you want Lesnar? So not one of those for them. We talked about the full list of WWE releases that have happened so far, Wesley being the most notable name on that list for many. I was very surprised that Stevie Turner was also released, and Lance Anoa'i. I would like Cena to extend his tour till Mania. I feel like Mania to Mania should have been. I understand why he wants it to be the end of the year, 1 year, wrap it up, but I think that would be so much more logical in terms of WWE seasons and storytelling. But alas, that's not what we've gotten. So we're heading into December for this. We've got Austin Theory being rumored as having a main event push coming. He's returning soon, doing nothing at all with his former tag partner. So I don't know. What do you think of Austin Theory being in the main event scene?
I don't mind it. I think he should have been.
I think he's damn good and entertaining. Problem is, they need to rehab him a bit, and this could be a good way, because you go through and you think about it. I think it would work. So Theory's good on the mic. He's got charisma. He's good as a heel. Seems like that's what they're going with. He was, A-Town Down Under, never really took off. But they've re-signed Santos Escobar, so that's great. We know, as we said, Dom and Cena will face, and then Gunther is the listed last match for Cena. I don't know what we're going to get at Raw. What are we going to go ahead and see from John Cena at Madison Square Garden in the other show that we have? I mean, I'm kind of concerned and perplexed. I really don't know. It's been quite the show, and between the two of them, I don't know who they're going to go ahead and face. Cena especially. I don't know. You got 2 Raws left. Does he even have matches on those Raw?
I don't think so.
I mean, it could. It certainly could, but we know that this right here is it's one last time. His last match, December 13th. One last time. Saturday's main event for Saturday night. Trying to see here. I thought I had the list of dates in front of me, but yeah, so he's got the MSG show and the other Raw. I forget on the top of my head. I don't know if he's even going to have matches at those shows. I mean, I would assume so, but every date didn't always coincide with a match. He's had a lot of, promos and appearances that weren't wrestling exclusively. So I'm not sure. I'm a bit at a loss to see who he'll face. I mean, there's a lot of options there, certainly, but I'd like to see him. Like who's somebody that I would like to see him work with that I think it would be worthwhile and would elevate the person he works with, win or lose. Someone to be fun would be Penta, but he doesn't really elevate Penta working with him, especially not in the spot that he's in. It's just a match.
Yeah.
We'll have to think it over. We've got some time, but CM Punk versus Seth Rollins is also being planned for that Saturday night's main event. So following Crown Jewel, one of the biggest pit stops on the calendar is that Saturday night's main event. November 1st actually is the next one. So before we get to Cena in December, it looks like we're getting Rollins and Punk, Salt Lake City, November 1st, night after Halloween, Saturday night's main event. There's also a planned women's title match between Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton, and a number one contenders match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, where the winner will go on to face Cody for the WWE Championship. Interesting. I wonder if Cody's going to be involved as a title match at Survivor Series or in the War Games thing. It seemed like at one point he was named for War Games, then not so much. It kind of goes back and forth. So we'll see what comes of that. I mean, the Survivor Series talk is interesting. Like I said before, according to Meltzer, we've got CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and a fifth member. That's why I said I don't think it'll be Cody, but
You don't think it'll be me?
I don't think so, Codester. Then we got the Vision, so all three of them, the Bronze and Seth, with Lesnar and Austin Theory. Yeah, I mean, the idea of Lesnar going ahead and being in War Games does intrigue me. He's such a literal beast and a monster that I worry about what in a good way, like worry like, oh, what damage could he cause? I could picture him like literally throwing someone through the cage unintentionally. So we'll see what comes of it, but I am excited as we did our predictions this Wednesday. We've got Raw early Monday morning. It'll still be in Australia, so we'll have another Cup of Joe stream. We'll be up live bright and early to review it on Monday, but tomorrow night, my friend, my Codester,
Yes, ma'am.
you, myself, Spaz,
Me.
we are going to go ahead and be reviewing Bound for Glory,
Yes.
TNA. Woo!
Then we got 2 live streams Monday.
I know. We got Monday morning with the Raw review, as we mentioned, and then Monday night, going to be doing a live version of the podcast. We're going to have UCR in place of the nightly Raw review
Q&A.
since we'll be doing it. Yeah,
That's
a little
good
bit of
shit.
everything. Hangout, Q&A, podcast. But we're going to do the live podcast. We'll release it as a recording after the fact, but we're going to do it live, hang out with everybody. It's going to be a great time. So make sure Monday night you tune in for that. We'll be
As
watching
long as the
Raw,
weather holds
reviewing
up,
it
right?
early. Yeah, as long as we're not, flooded into oblivion. But tomorrow night, I have been looking forward to this show for some time. They have spent months building up, NXT stealing their titles and the whole, hot shot and angles and whatnot. I loved Showdown. NXT has been faithfully the best show of the week for me for some time now. And, you don't get blown away. I might. So, Inspiration, Cassie Lee, Jessie McKay taking on Heather and M by Elegance. We've got the TNA Hall of Fame inductions as well. I forgot to mention before. So Mickey James and the Beautiful People. So the Inspiration taking on Heather and M, excuse me. Ash had to retire. Poor Dana Brooke. We got the 20-person Call Your Shot gauntlet match for Money in the Bank style contract, whatever you want to call it. The System taking on Order 4 in the Intergender Hardcore War. Gia Miller, Tessa Blanchard, Frankie Kazarian against Macklin for the TNA International title. Kalani Jordan, Indy Hartwell, Knockouts title. Leon Slater the X Division champion, taking on Javon Evans, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Team 3D, one final table. Can't wait for that. And then, of course, Trick Williams, Mike Santana for the TNA World title. The only thing I'm disappointed about is you're going to have your WrestleMania for TNA and no Joe Henry. I mean, come on. They had Joe Henry be the special guest ref on the, the Showdown show.
Say his name and
But no match for Mr. Henry. That's upsetting. That's upsetting. But TNA, I can't believe I'm saying that I'm this excited for a Bound for Glory. As you know, I was not a gigantic TNA fan growing up and so on. So the fact that they've wormed their way into my life and existence as much as they have is insane. I can really... So WWE has basically gutted their ID system. And a lot of people are not either being renewed, re-signing. It is interesting to see what's coming of it, but it's worrisome. So with the WWE ID program, Evolve, NXT, and a few other people were let go, obviously, with the releases. And it seems like, the ID program was initially touted as two things. People online were worried that it was going to replace the indies and basically suck everybody up. And other people thought, oh, we're just going to get super great, independent wrestlers that are now, taught and then brought into WWE. But it's been told that all of these cuts are not budget cuts. These cuts, Brian Alvarez says, were not budget related. They have over 130 people in developmental and hire more regularly. If you're not progressing fast enough, or they feel you don't have what it takes for the main roster, you're out to make room for someone else. And there's more cuts coming during the week. And we mentioned, Zeta Steel didn't renew her ID deal. A lot of places, it seems like the ID plan is just falling apart. People are not renewing. Facilities are not staying with the program. And it looks like Evolve is going the way of the Dodo as well. So that was short-lived. My thought is that they're going to take the Tubi spot that Evolve has and put TNA on there. That's my guess. Until TNA finds another TV or streaming deal, I'm thinking that's exactly what's going to happen. I may be way off, but
I definitely see that as well.
I mean, people are already talking like the future of the ID program is in jeopardy. Yeah, it just seems like it's going to be done. So other people confirmed that their own contract with the program was not renewed as well. Lance Anoa'i also announced his departure. And sources within WWE indicated that ID contracts have expired. Others are not being extended. The company continues to actively scout talent, but notably, it seems to be lessened than before. So interesting. I do genuinely worry that it's going to go ahead and be the end of the ID program. And the reason I'm worried is like they for a long time weren't looking at independent wrestlers. They were going out and we got a Tiffany Stratton and an Obafemi because, oh, you're a gymnast, you're, that kind of thing. You're an athlete. And they weren't looking for wrestlers. They wanted people that were super athletic that they could turn into wrestlers at the Performance Center through NXT and other means. And that's what they've been doing for a while. Stuart, thank you so much for sticking around. I know you got to get some rest, my friend. I really appreciate it, though. Keep forgetting that you're even 3 hours ahead, still. So, wow. Get some rest there. Cody, before we get out of here, Mr. Onidi Roadster, anything else you want to add, my good friend?
I think I touched upon everything I need to. I got it.
I think we nailed just about everything that we had to say. So make sure you go ahead and check out Unidark on Bandcamp. Thank you to them. He's an amazing producer with such an eclectic discography of music. Check them out on Bandcamp and on YouTube and Twitter at Unidark for all of those. Thank you to them for making some great music for the channel. Shout out to XSplit for powering into somewhere. Thank you to them for helping us broadcast live. If you'd like to go live with your own content, download XSplit today. It is free to use, and you can always upgrade to the premium membership to get a bunch of great features, help you broadcast. It's simple, on your computer. Doesn't take a lot of active memory, and, get you going. So use code BANANA for 20% off. We got the biggest discount code in the game right now. Everybody else is 5 to 10% off. Honestly, I promise, like legitimately. And I think it actually takes out on my profits if I was to get paid, but I was like, do the biggest discount you can. That's more worth it. So we'll see what happens there. But thank you to them for doing it. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Cody, let these amazing people know where we can find you, my friend.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube channel. I'll be posting gaming content maybe sometime soon. Who knows? And you can find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Liz. Check out her Twitch. She's trying on the road to 1,000 followers. So go ahead and check out her and the amazing Spaz Phoenix. We'll be having him on for the review tomorrow. And then I have been on the State of Wrestling, as always, this week. So check out the Spaz Phoenix YouTube channel or wherever podcasts are supported, held, found. He's there. That's for damn sure. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Onware. We did a big preview, obviously, for Bound for Glory, so you can still go and check that out while it's relevant before tomorrow. And like I said, we'll be live tomorrow for the Bound for Glory review. Monday morning, our Cup of Joe stream for the Raw review. And then we're headed into Monday night, unapologetic and completely random podcast. Gonna have a great time hanging out with everybody. Thank you all for being here and making this a great morning/afternoon. It went a lot longer than we thought we would, but just been hanging out and rambling. So thank you all so very much for making this a hell of a day, cheering me up and helping melt away some of the anxiety. I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope you all stay sexy, and we'll see you soon. Woo!
Raised and rivalries burn. Every twist, every turn. Jake and Cody bring the sound. From the ropes to the ground. Perth crowd roaring under southern stars. Bodies fighting steel chairs leave scars. TNA legends bout for glory clash. Crown jewel gold dreams turn to ash. Who wins, who falls, who stands tall? Every move we call it all. In the sun where we break it down. Smack the truth, don't mess around. In the sun where you feel the flame. Wrestle loud, ain't no tame game. Titles raised and rivalries burn. Every twist, every turn. Jake and Cody bring the sound. From the ropes to the ground. Go. Titles raised and rivalries burn. Every twist, every turn.
I warned you, but you refused to listen. Your ego knows no bounds. I told you plain as day what was coming. All of you want your reviews from this man? From this retard? He's nothing but a liar. He hasn't acknowledged his past.
Not again. Not again.
Therefore, his present will forever be your future.
They're taking over the computer again, Cody.
Who really wants your opinion? The review of Jake is coming.
Are you sure Ben's okay?